Big O Show. This is the 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 Big O Show. This is
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and they're the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that. The two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. Gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you can get some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help. When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Woke up this morning, Bitcoin just hit 31K, and then all of a sudden, just about 10 minutes ago, it dropped to 29.9 or 929.8, so it dropped like a grand, like that. Now it'll go, oh, no sound, no audio. Okay, we got audio? Okay. All right. Caneswear, by the way, Caneswear. I tell you guys all the freaking time. Seen the Marlin hat I just got? I was wearing it earlier this week and last week and all that. And then now this Dolphins hat, Caneswear. Caneswear. Go to caneswear.com. You can order online. Go to Caneswear in Davie at 2511 South University Drive. This hat is so awesome.
I got the aqua one, just the on-field one that's got the little bit darker aqua in the back, the one.
Oh, okay.
Like the coach's hat type thing.
I've worn the
there was one that said on-field. I don't know.
Oh,
okay. It's the old logo with the on-field one. So
right. They have so many.
Love that hat.
I know. It's just an awesome hat. It's just, I saw this hat and it was like, I gotta have it. It was just one of those, I gotta have it. I need it. And they have a lot of old logo stuff there at Caneswear. So they're smart. They get it. Obviously, they have the whale stuff, too. If you want to buy the sorry-ass whale, you can go buy the sorry-ass whale. But this is the greatest logo of all time, right here. Right here. Greatest logo ever. Anyway, good morning to you all out there. I just took it. And by the way, the dip happened. I just got myself a little extra alluvium.
Two at times asking if he goes online at Caneswear, can he still mention the Big O show when he checks out?
Yeah, just send him an email or something. Send him mention. Maybe there's a place you can put notes. Say Big O sent us, but it's all right either way. It doesn't matter, if you can put something, fine.
They do email you back with the order, so
send them back a tweet like, "Hey, just ordered online. Want to thank the Big O. They're at Big O Show, by the way." And I gotta go tell them because they've been tweeting out to me Big O Radio Show because I own that one too. Because what I did was I converted the Onside Radio one because I have like 5 Twitter accounts from all the different things we've done, and so that one there I converted it to Big O Radio Show, and so Caneswear's been putting Big O Radio Show instead of Big O Show. I got to tell them about that. Oh man, so yeah, 2 a time, or if not, just like I said, like a tweet, man. Hey, just ordered from at Canes_wear, thanks to at Big O Show. Boom, and that's it. That way you give us some love. Appreciate it. It is a sick hat, no doubt. It is a sick hat. Caneswear, man. Caneswear.com. They got a bunch of them. They got all kinds. Yeah, it's just an awesome hat. It's just feels good to put it on. You know what I mean? When I put it on, I was like, yeah, you're sharp today. From here down, nothing. There's not, well, actually here, and then I do have my Cure shirt on today. So from the concert the other night, one of the 2 concerts. I'll be at the Cure concert tomorrow night, by the way. Yeah. Looking forward to that. Taking the wife and the daughter to the Cure. So if you are going to the Cure, DM me on Twitter or on Instagram so we can hook up there at the arena, maybe have a drink, share a word or two. Big O, that's definitely the GOAT logo. You know it, Patrick. You know it, baby. You know it. John Padilla says, I'll have to get that hat. Well, if you're a Dolphins fan, this is the kind of hat you want. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I know the AFC logo on the side. What is it? This way? Right? Yeah. It's on this side, right? Yeah. Okay. And it's not on that side, right? GP Trappist says, Big O, checking in from my hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on the way home to Florida. Be safe, my brother, in your travels, as always. And thank you, GP Trap, for always supporting us wherever you're at. And please smash the hell out of the like button. It is so important to smash the hell out of the like button whenever you're watching the show or any of the segments or interviews or anything that Sean puts up. Even if you watch the show and you already saw that interview, go into it and just hit the like button for the hell of it. You know what I mean? Just go onto the YouTube page and hit the like button on a whole bunch of them just for the hell of it, man. That will do us big. And of course, visit our great sponsors like here at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines, where we're at here on Friday, where we are 2 Fridays a month. We're here, where we've been broadcasting from for 13 years. Love this place. Big O, speaking of whales, have you seen the story of orcas? Yes, the largest type of dolphin attacking boats off Spain. It's fascinating because they're crazy smart. No one really knows. Yeah, and I saw that, Karun, I saw where some of the experts are saying that an orca might have had a bad experience with another boat and that they're attacking the rudder and all that kind of stuff. And so they're leaving these boats at times rudderless. And so it's kind of a little harder to, guide your boat. You know what I'm saying? And so they're attacking them. They're not necessarily sinking them, but it's kind of, some think they're playing, some think they're enacting revenge because of something that happened to one orca. And because they're so smart, that information was passed on to other orcas that those objects in the water are evil. And so everybody's trying to figure out why it's happening. And they just had a race recently out in Spain some kind of, like we have a regatta here, like they have something, it's some kind of race out there, and they were attacking some of the boats in the race. And yeah, so it's been a real problem for them in that part of the world, with the orcas attacking. And it's and it's dangerous because, as you said, Karun, these are incredibly smart mammals, right? That's what they are, right? They're mammals, right? So they are very smart creatures, and but everybody's trying to figure out what the hell is going on and why would they just attack the boats for no reason. It's weird. It really is, man. So, yeah. Ray Sosa says the hat is looking good. Of course it does. Says the hat really does match the cute shirt. Well, hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Here, by the way, let me give you a look at the cute shirt. This is the one of the shirts that you can buy. So $25. Unless you go to a small venue and a band that it's like you go to the Culture Room or Revolution Live, or you go to a small venue, the bands that go to those venues, their shirts will be 25, 30. I doubt you even get 35. You might get 20, 25, 30, right? But when you go to like big time concerts and big time arenas and stadiums, those kind of bands, no less than $35, $40, $45 for a shirt. So for the Cure to be charging $25, that was the max. All the shirts across the board were $25. And they have I believe 7 or 8 different ones with men and women and all that kind of, and unisex and all. This is a unisex, which is, in other words, it's a regular concert shirt. Everybody can use it. So, that kind of stuff. But yeah, $25, man. That's cheap considering the regular rate nowadays.
But with everything you've said about what he's done for the fans, I guess you would expect it to be a little bit cheper, right? Than everybody else. Yeah, just because of what he's done for the fans already.
Yeah, no, he doesn't gouge you for the tickets. Kind of looked like he had a tear or two in the second or in the second show in Atlanta. Where there was a part there with at night when he was singing at night, and it looked like there was a video there where he was looking at the people in the front rows, and he got kind of a little bit emotional. And while he hasn't said it necessarily publicly, there's a strong sentiment that this is the final tour, that he's not going to tour anymore. And I think maybe that part might have gotten a little emotional for him the other night. So we'll see. But I hope he continues to tour. I've seen the Cure, God, I don't know how many times it is already, but it's a lot. And I'm blessed to be able to see them several times. One of my favorite bands of all time. And, but I get it. He's been at it since the very late 70s all the way through now. It's a grind, dude. It's a grind, man. I was just thinking about that this morning. I was talking to my wife. I've been at this for 30. This is my 33rd year of doing this. And, and since we started this podcast, I haven't had a vacation in 2 years. I kind of play while I'm working is what I do. That's kind of the way I offset a lot of the work that I do. And, I can relate to grinds because it's a grind to have to do and come up with material to talk about every single day. That's not very easy. And sometimes when it's slow, like it's been the last couple of weeks, woo, doggy, that becomes one hell of a challenge, man. I tell you. Caesar says, good morning, Big O. I hope you and your family had a great time at the Cure. Well, no, my family will be tomorrow. I was with my buddy, Robert Grieper, up in Atlanta for a couple of nights to see the Cure. Tomorrow, I take the family to the Cure. There you go. And by the way, Monday, I'll be at Revolution Live. If you're going to be there to see the Struts, I'm going to take the wife. She loves the Struts. So I'm going to take her to see the Struts. Looking forward to seeing them again. Love, or is it the Culture Room? No, I think it's the Culture Room, actually. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I always get it confused. Culture Room. I'll be at the Culture Room on Monday for the Struts. That's going to be awesome. Awesome. Anyway, what else do we have? Big O, good morning. The hat shades are popping. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And, support and make a donation to help autism. That affects a lot of us. Has never affected me or my family, but you never know, man. And it's something that we should all support and try to help out, because we got a lot of people that have to deal with that, and they have their kids that are dealing with it, and it's not an easy thing. That shirt is a steal. It is $25. All the shirts, $25. It's really amazing. Big O, can you see who does and or doesn't smash the like button? No, I can't tell who smashes the like button or doesn't. Right? No, you can't. You can't. So I just got to count on your heart and your support, and that you'll do it and you'll help us. Like right now, there's 115 on the chat board, and there's 44. So most of you have not even bothered to just go over to the thumb and hit it. You know what I mean? So, and some are watching, and well, actually, they do have to subscribe, right, to watch. Oh, to chat. Okay. So some might be watching and they don't even subscribe, which is like the weirdest thing. You know what I'm saying? So, what can I tell you? Can't control all that stuff. You can only try to throw out the word there, and hopefully folks will support you and help the platform grow. Good morning, Big O. Could the Finns go back to that logo? Just change it a little bit. That is the logo. They should have never changed. I know, but they can. It's up to them to do it. It's up to Stephen Ross to let go of his money grab. That's what has to happen. Big series this weekend for Marlins. Yes, against the Braves. That's like I told you. Did I not tell you July? Even though today's the 30th and today's the last day of the month. Well, now we'll go into July this weekend. This month here will tell you how real they are. Okay, because it's been one hell of a run. They have played great baseball. They won again yesterday, but the Sox aren't that good. Now, they're 14 games over 500. And as the guys in the broadcast, because on the way home, were you listening to the broadcast too on the way home? They do a good job, by the way. I like those guys. The guys on 940. Don't they do a good job? They sound good. They give you great information. They break down what goes on at each at bat. Like last night on one of that lefty hits, they were talking about how the top spin on the ball and affecting how the first baseman misjudged that ball and all that kind of stuff. I thought they do a really good job, actually. Every time I listen to those guys, I think they do a really nice job, overall. So,
and I like the fact they're using former players as analysts now on the radio side, because it used to just be. I mean, it's Hutton good to have the play-by-play, yeah, but then to understand more, which is why I think what happened last year with Glenn Geffner happened, because they didn't have anybody with them, so it was just him talking, and that season.
Yeah, man.
Was just dragging on, and by the end, it's like, okay, all you can do is stats at that point and stuff. So it's
it's bad baseball.
No,
so it's bad baseball every night. Every night, it's bad baseball. It's bad baseball, and right now, it's fun baseball. Jazz is hitting a home run every night. Oh man! You know what? In fact, why don't we go to our cutter's edge? Why don't we go with our cutter's edge? Our cutter's edge. MVP of the night.
Who's last night's MVP? For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com. Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
All right. You know who I'm going to go with my MVP of the night? Jazz Chisholm. I got to go with Jazz Chisholm. Hit a solo home run in the 9th inning. Since Jazz has been back, he has been rocking. It's great to have him back. Hopefully he settles down in center field. He's got the skill set. It's just a matter of getting used to, playing center field or making an adjustment to anything, those kind of things. But last night, Jazz, by the way, went 1 of 4. He's got the average at 244, had the solo home run in the 9th inning. And remember a couple of years ago when we had people in the locker room saying he brought too much pizzazz or too much color to the game, which the game doesn't have enough. It needs more jazz. Okay, I want all that jazz, and it's good to have him back. It's just one of those guys. Yeah, we love watching Yuri pitch. Hopefully now Sandy had another outing yesterday. Or a couple days ago. It was pretty good. Hopefully he gets, back on track. Soler has been fantastic. De La Cruz has been awesome. There's a lot of great stories going on. Braxton Garrett, again, really good. Jesus Luzardo yesterday with a hell of a, the starting pitching is one of the best in the majors. There's no doubt. And they're scoring some runs, which that's what I thought was going to be the issue, is scoring runs. Soler's kind of found his mojo back. It's been a lot of fun to see what's going on with the Marlins, but it's a lot of fun to have Jazz back into the lineup because that gives you a little bit more spice, a little more flair, in the game. And that's one of those guys that kids like to, and he just brings a level of excitement to the game. I'm a big Jazz Chisholm fan. That guy, you can't have enough of those kind of guys on your team. So I'm going to go with Jazz Chisholm as my Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
All right. Thank you all out there. So Bitcoin hit 31,000. Just went over 31, like 31,100. I think was its peak. Then it would drop down to 29.8. Now it's back up to 30,265. So people ended up, taking advantage of the dip. Oh, man. Too funny. Too funny. Gotta love it, man. Now people will get back, but it's back to where it kind of has been for, a week already since it went back up again. It stayed, well, actually not a week, a couple weeks. It's kind of been stuck there. So we'll see if it gets back to 31 and start to break through. That's how you get, man. You get a little fluctuation. And the good thing is that the consolidation is actually a really good thing, overall. Duck Dog says, I always hit the like. Thank you, sir. But not everybody does. We're up to 139 watching right now. And where are we at with the likes? 63. You see? A couple people hit it after I talked about it, but still, more than half of the people watching haven't hit the like button. Why? I have no idea, because it takes no effort, but, I guess I got to earn it or something. That's... Big O, if you could broadcast your pre and post game show from our group hotel in LA, could you possibly make the trip if we got you here? Yeah, I could. Now, I'm hoping for some really good news today, but I don't want to ruin anything. So we'll see. We may have a home already. Hopefully that'll happen very soon, because we're trying to find and now if it's sold, NorCal, I won't be able to, because obviously I have a commitment to a sponsor. So if it's sold to a sponsor, which we're working on, a couple, but one of them I think is, going to step forward today, I think. So that will kind of end that, and I won't be able to travel. But if it's not sold, and we already have a title sponsor for our pre and post game show. Okay, so that's fine. EJD Construction is our title sponsor already. So we can travel and do it at studio or whatever. That doesn't matter. But if we do have a home where they want us to do it every week, pre and post, then, that's where it changes, my brother. Then business steps in and we have to do what we have to do because we have to make a living. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what it's all about. I don't like the Marlins being in the same division as my Braves because I have to support a Miami team too. Well, I mean, what can you do? That's out of your control. Two a time. Thank you for the love on the super chat. WWE Money in the bank tomorrow. Who wins? Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, huh? Shinsuke. Oh, so it's not pronounced the way it looks. Shinsuke. So the U is silent. Okay. All right. That's Japanese. Okay. Yesterday I was watching Chinese. I was watching Warrior. I saw season 3, episode 1. I'm not going to say anything. Just say that I love the show. I enjoy that show a lot. So Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Butch Davis. No, not Butch Davis. No, just Butch. Okay. Damian Priest or Logan Paul. Now, what do you mean? Am I picking, like, is this a free-for-all?
This is a Money in the Bank match. What they do is they hang a briefcase from the ceiling. You have to climb the ladder. The first one to get the briefcase wins.
So is it like
and you get a contract for a title match whenever you want.
So people are beating themselves up to climb that ladder?
Yep, and you're using ladders and weapons and everything else. It's a free-for-all, basically.
It's a king of the hill with a ladder and money.
Yeah, ladder. No, it's not even money. It's a contract you can cash in whenever you want on the heavyweight champion or any title holder.
So I got to pick one of those guys. Well, Ricochet is going to ricochet off everything. So he's just going to be bouncing around. He just won't get anywhere. Shinsuke Nakamura, see, it's too close to the building that got almost nearly blown up by Bruce. So, the Nakamura building did not have really a lot of luck. So we're gonna leave Shinsuke or whatever out. LA Knight, those shoes were terrible. So you can't buy those LA Knight shoes. So I can't pick LA Knight either. Santos Escobar sounds like the kind of guy I don't want to F with, because if you mess up in a soccer game, he might kill you. So Butch, he's probably a liar just like Davis. Can't go there either. Damian Priest, love Judas Priest. So I'm going to give him a shot. And Logan Paul definitely can't win unless he just got a new valuation for his betting company. Did you see that shit? He is making some money, dude. What? His
FC Barcelona is replacing Gatorade with Prime, his drink.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that in
well, I didn't see that, but his his gambling site now is like went to like another level in the valuation and all that kind of shit. And he's business-wise, boy, he is genius, dude. That kid is on a freaking roll, brother. Okay, but I'm not going to give it to him. So it comes down to Santos Escobar and Damian Priest. So do I go with the gangster or do I go with the metalhead? That's really the question. And you know what? I'm going to say that Santos Escobar may have messed around with the funny white stuff a little too much. So I'm going to go with Damian Priest as my winner. He will be the Lord of the ladder and the contract. So Damian Priest will win the WWE Money In. How do you like them apples? How many thumbs down am I getting?
No, he's my dark horse pick of that.
Your dark horse?
Yes, because...
So then who's your favorite?
My favorite is LA Knight.
Wow, bad shoes and all?
Yeah, but they're not the British Knights. He's not British at all. He's L.A. Knight.
But weren't there some L.A. shoes also?
Was there a L.A.?
Yeah, weren't there L.A. shoes also?
I don't know. I'm not a big shoe guy. I'm a hat guy. You know, that's my problem. I don't know the shoes and the hats. I wear whatever.
I'm not an expert shoes either, so I gotta.
Yeah, so we'll see what pops up there. But no, you know what?
LA
Damian Priest is
Knight.
not a bad pick though, because what he did, he was one of my favorites until LA Knight's popularity blew up and Logan Paul got introduced into the match. Damian Priest with Bad Bunny at Backlash showed that he could, elevate and hold. So not a bad pick, because they said they're standing pat with the decision they had made of who's going to win this Money in the Bank match a month ago. And if that is true, then I don't know that it was LA Knight or Logan Paul, because neither of them was where they're at right now. So to me, that would lean toward Damian Priest. So you might be right.
I'm going to tell you, some heads are going to roll. Damian Priest is going to win. LA Gear. See, I told you it was in LA. Somebody got on the chat board? See, there you go, Patrick. Nice job by you. I knew there was some kind of LA crap. LA Gear. I remember that. That was garbage with the British Knights. Yeah, those were terrible. So, LA Gear, British Knights, the guys, we can't do that. We can't do that. He's a mix of two bad shoes. LA Gear and British Knights. Like, what the hell is that? No, not going with that. No. Damian will scream for vengeance. Heads will roll. And Damian Priest will win. That's it. I'm just telling you, you got another thing coming. It's going to happen. So you're saying there's a chance. Yes, NorCal, there's a chance. There's a chance, but technically you're rooting for us not to make, extra money for our family. You know what I mean? By going to Los Angeles, you're rooting for us not to make any money. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, there's you mean well, which I love you for that, and I got you. But, we got 17 broadcasts plus the playoffs, because the Dolphins are going, all the way. I don't know. Alex says, my apologies, just hit that like button. Thank you, sir. There you go. Appreciate you. Tua time does like my thought process on it all, how I break it down. I mean, it's...
even with 7 guys in this match, it still broke down to where you're pretty close. Even with the way you break it down, it's still...
Yeah. And by the way, the hat, yes, has a strap back. Yes. And then it's actually cool. Oh. Now I got a hat head too now. Damn it. Whatever. Anyway, so it has a strap, right? But the cool part is there. So then you adjust it and then you clip it back on. Unlike the ones that go through the buckle and then you got to put it inside this thing, and it's a pain in the ass to put it inside the hat. You know what I'm talking about? When you have to readjust and put it all in there. And this way, it's permanently in there, and then you don't have to worry about it. And so then you just clip it back on like I did. Boom, and you're set. So, yeah, it's really comfortable. And it's a hell of a hat. And everybody's going to say, that's a freaking badass hat. Every time, because you all are saying it. So, Caneswear.com. You don't have to live here to get it. You can, and remember, when you order over $99, you'll get free shipping. There's so much stuff, and they got a bunch of stuff with the old logo on it. Shirts and all kinds of stuff, gear, you name it. So go check it out at Caneswear.com. I tell you guys that all the freaking time. They are awesome. The store is like heaven, bro. Heaven. Seriously. May the Lord be with you, Big O, and may he forgive you. What did I do? What did I do bad? I don't know. So apparently I need to be forgiven for something. I don't know. Rosendo thinks I'm evil, or I did something wrong. So I'm guessing they have more hats in the store than online. The hats on the store and online are the same, bro. They pull it right out of the store and mail it to you, bro. It's okay. All right. Ordered. Enough said. There you go, Kelly. Nice job by you. The Beantown beatdown continues. Oh, that's true. That's right. That's right. The hockey team, the basketball team, and now the baseball team. You are correct. That's right. The Beantown beatdown continues. And you know the Patriots are losing twice to the Dolphins because, oh, by the way, wait a minute. Hold on a second. The Dolphins started the Beantown beatdown, baby. Who's undefeated against Bill Belichick? Do you know who's undefeated against Bill Belichick? Tua Tagovailoa, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. Didn't Inter Miami beat the Revolution? Like out of the few games that shitty team won, I want to say they beat the Revolution at home. You bought that one? Oh, okay. That one's awesome. Okay. I like that one too. Let me see. Can I enlarge it? That one right there is pretty cool. I don't know if are they seeing it? There? That one's awesome. I think I'm going to buy that one. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, bro. Look at that 4th of July Marlins hat. I mean, seriously, go to caneswear.com. They have so much stuff. You know, they got anything with the Canes logo on it. Yeah, the glare doesn't let you really see it well. I'm seeing it there. So, yeah, it's just awesome. Right. Yeah. They've got, it's just heaven. It's a dangerous place. They beat the Revolution. It was at home. I remember. I mean, I watch them. I love I love Inter Miami, man. I love them. I always love my local soccer teams. I follow them. You know, I wish they would be better, but it is what it is. But hey, there you go. So Inter Miami has also continued the Beantown beatdown. So Tua already started it because the second he got here, he looked over to Belichick and said, "Hey, you're not winning anymore, bro." That's it. Hey, Bill, I'm here. You're not winning anymore. That's it. The team has a quarterback. You're done, buddy. And that's what Tua's done. It's over. Yes, sir.
As a head coach, too, Mike McDaniel, he's undefeated against
Yes,
Bill
he is.
Belichick.
Yes, he is. But Tua has a longer streak. So
yes.
Right now, McDaniel's riding Tua's streak. That's what I just got to call it like I see it. You know what I'm saying? Who started shutting down Belichick first? Tua. So that's what we got to do. Let's see. I'm looking for that hat online and can't find it, says Tua Time. For real? Yeah, that's got to be there, bro. It's got to be there. Unless they ran out. You know what, Tua Time? You know what
the
I
thing
do?
is, sometimes they only get a certain number of hats or a certain number of things, so they might not put those up online so you can buy them at the store.
Tua Time. Do this. I hope you have what's it called? Twitter. They answer like this on Twitter. Retweet a Caneswear tweet. Screenshot me right now with the hat on. Put it on your tweet, send it to @Caneswear and say, "Hey, I want this hat that Big O has on." And I bet you they'll tell you, "Hey," and they'll mail it out to you. They'll get you in contact with it. If it's not on the website, that's how Brett, Jeff, all these people roll, man. They are amazing. So do that for me. Just take a screenshot of me and then tweet it out to Caneswear at Canes_wear. And tell them, "Hey, I'm looking for this hat that Big O has on, and I want to buy it." And then they'll guide you to it. Okay? If they don't have it on the website, they'll tell you and they'll arrange it for you. These people are amazing. Their customer service is above and beyond. Okay? Brett is one of those guys that has like true passion for this. It's not just a business. If you watch him, he loves the sports, period. He passionately sells this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he loves all the local teams because he's a local guy like us. Okay? So it's just, it's a family-oriented, kind of a business. Just beautiful people, man. Beautiful people. So that's what I would do. If it's not on the site, tweet it back to them, and they answer tweets like this, dude. I mean, super fast. They're fantastic. Should Miami consider trading for Harden just to clear some cap space with his expiring contract? So is Lowry. Why would you? They're both expiring. Harden wants a long-term deal, dude. So if you trade for him, you're trading assets, and then you're going to give him a contract. Look, let me tell you something. Let's get into. By the way, oh no, it's not till 11. Okay, good. Okay, I got it confused. Okay, so at 11 we will have Manny Navarro. Anyway, it's sold out. Oh wow, I'm not surprised it's sold out. Okay, but just tell them that when they reorder that to get you one, that you want one. Once they come in, they'll get it for you, man. So I don't think it should be hard, and they probably are going to get more of those. You know what I'm saying? But let me address something for you. Harden, first of all, this comes from Shams Charania, who yesterday was talking, giving out a report about James Harden. And you can tell that he's kind of close to the Harden camp, right? Or Harden's agents or whatever it is. But I can tell you this, he ain't close to anybody in the Miami Heat. Because nobody's close to the Miami Heat. Nobody's saying stuff about the Miami Heat that they really know. So here, and remember, he said Tyler Hero would play in Game 3, and that was wrong. Okay? So, and normally he's really, really good, really, really accurate, but I got to be accurate and call shit the way I see it. Okay? You were wrong about Tyler Hero. So now he throws this out with the Miami Heat. Go ahead, Sean.
James Harden has decided to opt into his $35.6 million contract for next season, but now him and the 76ers will work on a trade of the 10-time All-Star out of Philadelphia. And when you look at the landscape around the league, the Clippers and Heat are expected to emerge in this process for Harden, I'm told. And teams across the league that I've spoken to understand that a player like Harden of his caliber will likely reach a preferred destination, especially when you look at how his exit from Houston went a couple of years ago. And so the 76ers and Harden, before he reaches free agency on Friday, will now look at a potential trade out of Philadelphia. And the 76ers, from what I'm told, have already begun the process of negotiating and discussing Harden deals with other teams.
So now I want to give you a little thing here. Barry Jackson then tweeted out that Clippers are Harden's preferred destination per Athletic Sam Amick. And then Barry adds, and that's fine with the Heat, which didn't seem inclined to drop everything and make aggressive pursuit. Lillard remains Heat focus. So, according to Barry, Harden isn't an option really for the Miami Heat. And let me tell you something. I'm super happy they didn't take the stupid pill. I love Pat Riley. I don't want to sit here ripping Pat Riley. I don't. I hate that I have to kind of mention and rip in a way that, he hasn't really gotten his own whale since Shaq. All the other whales that have come since have been all Dwayne Wade's whales. Bosh, LeBron, and Jimmy Butler are all Dwayne Wade. That's the reason why they're here. Dwayne Wade. Period. End of story. Nothing else can be said. Obviously, Riley has created the foundation, the atmosphere, the culture, so all that can, fester, which is important. Without Riley and the culture, you don't get any of that. So it's still the ingredients come from Riley, but we have to call it like we see it. Wade's relationship with those players is the reason why they came to Miami. End of story. So I have to, say, hey, Riley, with all the whale hunting stuff that we talk about, he's been actually piss poor in whale hunting for 20 years. Let's just be honest, okay? But if you go after Harden, I would have to rip you. Not fire, and I'm not, I would just say, wow, love Riley, but this is an incredibly stupid decision. James Harden is trash. I don't care what he can score. He's a selfish player. He's not an efficient player, to be quite honest. And he's a big ass choker, bro. He is one of the biggest chokers I have ever seen in my entire life. And I'm pretty old, dude. I've been around. I've been watching sports for half a century now. I've watched a lot of sports. I've watched a lot of chokers in my life. James Harden is one of the biggest chokers I have ever seen in my life. And he's been like that throughout his whole career. Old Harden now, like he just disappeared, and the young Harden that disappeared against Miami in OKC. I don't want anything to do with that choker, bro. That guy doesn't resemble anything that Heat culture is about. His commitment would be to Tootsie's, not to the Miami Heat. You get my drift? That's where he's going to be committed to the strip clubs, to screwing around, to just taking shots and all kinds of he's a volume shooter. No. And I hope there's no truth to what Shams reported, because to me, when he threw that out yesterday, I almost threw up in my mouth. I was disgusted. I also said to myself, there's no way the Miami Heat can be this freaking stupid and desperate that they would go after Harden. I want them to win, but I don't want Beal, and I don't want Harden. I want them to spend money. I don't want to hear about taxes and frugalness and all. I hate hearing cheapness from billionaires, but I do want you to spend your money the right way. I don't want you to give it to Whiteside. I don't want you to give it to Lowry, and you did. Don't want you to give it to Oladipo, and you did. So you've done a lot of stupid things lately. You've been doing a lot of stupid things since the big three. And yet, Eric Spoelstra is able to manage over all the bad moves and still produce like crazy. So I'm glad that the Harden thing is not there. So your answer, sir, no. No James Harden for the Miami Heat. I don't want that choking piece of crap here. Let him go somewhere else and screw someone else up. Not this organization. So, yeah, I am completely out of that James Harden crap. I would not be happy. It would not be a fun part for me to be talking about the Heat and James Harden, because I'd be ripping the Heat. And then once they fail and he chokes, then I'd really tear the Heat down for that. Really tear them down for their catastrophic stupidity. I already thought it was catastrophically stupid that you gave Kyle Lowry that damn contract and Whiteside. Those are two things that over the last 10 years have pissed me off to just levels that, Lowry's not a Heat player, dude. You saw that in Toronto. They couldn't win with him and DeMar DeRozan because they weren't number ones. They're mediocre number twos in real teams. Maybe threes in a perfect team. Because when I look at Lowry and DeRozan, nice players, but they're not Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway. I'll take all those guys, and Bosh. And Butler. I'll take all those guys. Those are more, ones and twos. To me, I don't look at Lowry, because they fell short every time in the playoffs. Over and over and over. They had to go get Kawhi. They had to go get a real star. They had to break up the duo. And then you're going to go get his old overweight ass and give him $85 million for 3 years? Are you freaking stupid? And apparently you are freaking stupid. So, yeah, I'm glad that the Harden deal, I hope it's not true. I hope Barry's right, and I hope Shams Charania is wrong again about the Heat. He might not screw up other reports, but I got to tell you, we'll see with this one. If he screws up with this one, it's like, yo, bro, don't be reporting on Heat stuff when you really don't have Heat insight. The Heat don't talk to anybody. None of us get through that force field. They do whatever the hell they want when they want. But I'm just glad, or I'm hoping that Barry, somebody in the organization reached out to Barry and said, hey, by the way, we're not in that. Because sometimes they'll let some stuff out to their local guys, because those are the people that deserve it. Barry and Ira and Anthony and, the guys that are there, Tim Reynolds, all those guys that are there every freaking day, those are the people that, when they want a message out, they'll give it to them. And then you'll see them all share it and they'll all use it. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of tell when it happens. And so maybe hopefully they got the word out like, hey, yeah, we're not really into the Harden thing. And so hopefully that's the case. And they douse that, because that is not a Miami Heat player. He doesn't fit the Miami Heat. He never will fit the Miami Heat. Scotty, hey, Thaler, says, hey, happy 4th. I'm on my way to K. Nardo's Barbecue in Cutler Bay. Whip out that old hog, my brother. Rooster Cristobal and the Canes. 10-11 wins this year. Hoist that cafecito. Scotty Sailor, appreciate you, my brother. You can whip out the old hog you want. I'll bet you anything that the Canes have no shot at winning 10 or 11 games. No shot. I hope you're right. I hope I'm dead ass wrong. This is a 7 or 8 win team at best. There's no way you go from the shitty team you were last year to 10 to 11 wins this year. No way. I can't see it. Crazier shit has happened in sports. I get it, but I'll go out on a limb, which I'm never afraid to do, and I'll tell you 7 or 8 wins. There's no way they go to 10 or 11. If they go to 9, Cristobal deserves some Coach of the Year. Won't get the award, but just a little, just recognition. A hell of a job to turn things around. You're asking way too much. As bad as that team was, the lack of depth, the lack of just consistency. No, can't do it, bro. No way. Love to be there with you, but no. Dolphins, I'm super pumped and positive. I think the Canes are 2 to 3 years away from starting to do those kind of things. 2 years from now, maybe getting closer to 10 wins is possible. 3 years from now, I think it's definitely a done deal by then, because by then the team's loaded. They've been in the system a couple of years, and they should have depth and all that kind of stuff. But he hasn't built up enough high caliber talent to go 10 or 11 in wins. Not yet. I'm not doing that to Mario, because you're going to be the one that's going to be mad at him at the end of the year, because you had unrealistic expectations. And that's, you saw it last year. You don't go from that to 10 or 11 wins. No way. Love to be positive, but I'm going to go with give my man Scotty, even though he gave us a little love in the super chat, let's give him a little BAF, because that's kind of what he needs right there. Little BAF for
blind ass fan alert. Look out, everyone. We've got a blind ass fan coming through.
True Fin fan, thank you for the love in the super chat. He says Harden is a great addition because of his defense. Oh, man. Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. Can I say something about the Tyreek Hill situation? I was thinking about this. I tweeted it out yesterday. When you're innocent, you will stand at the highest building and the tallest building, the highest mountain, and you will scream your innocence. You will demand that the public believes your innocence. Okay? Michael Irving did it about 20 years ago. I don't know exactly what date it was, but he was accused of being with some prostitute and cocaine and something. I think it was something like that. And he denied it. And he denied it, and he denied it, and he looked at the media and said, "When I'm acquitted of this, I want you all to use the same energy." And then when he was acquitted, he told everybody, use the same energy. The same energy you use to try to convict me in public, then you clear me up, right? And Michael was right. Just like he's getting screwed with this whole Marriott thing and ESPN, which is a bunch of bullshit going on. So when you're innocent, now you don't do what dumbass Trump does. Like if you're innocent, you could just say you're innocent and profess but don't go into details because there's an investigation going on and you're just going to bury yourself even more like the dumbass orangutan does all the time, right? So Trump's a dumbass and he sticks his head up his ass all the time. That's different. But you can profess you're innocent and say, hey, my day will come. It will be proven. I didn't do this. I'm innocent, and you don't give anything away. You're not saying anything your lawyer's not going to want you to do. Unlike the orangutan who pisses off his lawyers. That's why they're constantly quitting, because they can't defend the guy because he keeps burying himself. So there's a way of handling it. Michael showed you how to handle it 20 years ago. I don't know the exact date of it, when it was, but whatever. But it was just really powerful video from Michael. It was awesome. I got to say, it was awesome when he was looking at all the media and saying, let's go, bring the same energy. You know, it was like, okay, you attacked me, right? You said I did this, I did that, and I didn't. Now go out there and do it with the same kind of energy. Where's Tyreek? Where's Tyreek? Why isn't he professing his innocence? Not good. Because he can't. Because he knows there's a video out there. And there's an investigation going on. And he's not innocent. Now, I don't know what level of guilty he has on him. We're going to find out. We need to see the video if he really did hit the guy. Which just is a silly-ass story. But he did. If he did it, he did something incredibly stupid. But the silence is deafening. When Drew Rosenhaus's agent was on Channel 7 this Sunday, did he profess his innocence? Nope. Drip, honey, drip your innocence. Nope. And nobody knows that song that I sung right now. Nobody that's on the chat board right now. Maybe somebody that downloads the podcast later may know. But that one little line that I just did right there. If anybody can tell me who sung that song, that's strong. That's strong. In fact, I'll buy you this hat if you get it first. Anyway, so I'm just saying, it's just one of those things that it adds like another layer to this. I don't know what's going to happen, man. But I'm afraid because of his track record, I can see him missing a game. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll be a long suspension, but I would not be surprised if they tag him with a game. And so the question is, how long does this last? How long does the investigation last? If there's a court case, do they just settle out of court? All of those kind of things. And this is just going to just cost him a lot of money, embarrassment. And the worst part for Tyreek, man, God, Tyreek, you were doing everything so perfect, bro. You now set yourself back in the community. If it's true, obviously, because we still haven't seen the video and everything. But going off of what they say, the police report and all the video and all that, we don't know. But man, if you did this, you just like set everything back. And that's a shame. And that's a shame because, Tyreek was showing a lot of good qualities. You know what I mean? And none of us are perfect. We're all defective in one way or another. But unfortunately for him, a side of him that I'm sure deep down inside he doesn't want to come out, but it came out. And unfortunately, you're going to have to pay the price. And people are going to talk about you. They're going to bring up your past. They're going to say you haven't changed, that you haven't learned anything. And you've got to go out and prove to people. And the problem is, well, you were in the process and now you have your setback. Just a real shame, dude. An absolute shame. And the fact that he's not out there professing his innocence, doesn't have to say anything, doesn't have to give details, but he could easily do it on his podcast. It had to be said, right? Doesn't it have to be said? I'm innocent. I never did it. I never hit the guy. Everything will be proven. That's it. That's all you do, and you're done. You don't have to go into any details or anything. But if you can't profess you're innocent, then something's going on. And it ain't a lawyer thing, because I've seen plenty of guys actually do it. And then I've seen the idiots that go ahead and, talk too much. Some guys aren't smart. Some guys might be smarter than others. Did Michael get his job back? No, they haven't done anything because it's still all in the legal process. So ESPN is just covering their ass by keeping him off the air. I hope Michael Irvin sues the hell out of Marriott, ESPN, everybody. I hope he gets so rich he creates the Michael Irving network. And I hope he's never on it, but I hope he creates it. Because he's good in sound bites. He's terrible as a broadcaster. Oh my God, he is terrible.
Oh no.
What happened?
Terrible.
What happened? What's terrible? The Heat are really interested in
No, I read earlier ESPN's going to start letting go of high-name talent.
Oh, yeah. I heard that, yeah.
Jeff Van Gundy.
Let go?
Has been let go. Jalen Rose.
No loss there.
Has been let go.
What else?
I'm trying to look at some of these.
I'm
trying to look at.
I heard Susie Kalber is also Max Kellerman, Jay Williams. No loss there.
It looks like they started at the basketball side right now so far. That's all I see that's been let go. Those two.
So they didn't talk about Jay Williams.
Those two right now are the only two that have.
Because Jay Williams says a lot of stupid shit. Holy crap. My God, that guy is bad on the air. Holy moly. Scotty says, I expect an apology when I'm right. Oh, they could have won 10 last year. They could not win 10 last year. If they didn't have the worst off, that's my point, dude. There was no way. There's no if they didn't. They had the worst offensive scheme. Their line wasn't good enough. They just weren't good enough on defense either. Come on, man. Ty Cheap is hanging out and interviewing Antonio Brown. That's true. That's like, I saw that. I haven't even talked about it because it's just Antonio Brown is such a freaking clown. Let's see. Big O, knowing Goodell, he will give him 3 since he loves the Finns so much. I don't think it has anything to do with that. Felipe A. I owe you a Dolphins hat. Do you live here in South Florida? He got it. Ian McCullen. Ian McCullough from Echo and the Bunnymen. Where is it? No doubt. Where's no doubt at? Oh, no doubt. Wait a minute.
It's right under Felipe on mine. It says Felipe got it first. Song his name, Honey Drip.
Felipe got it first. Song is named Honey Drip. You're right, Felipe. Yeah, that's what I said. I did. Okay. Felipe, do you live here? That's what I need to know. Do you live here? Reach out. I know my 90s music. I'm in Tampa. Okay. You need to reach out to me on Twitter at Big O Show on my DM. But fuck, how am I going to verify it's you? Because then I've got a bunch of other people trying to get in on it. Felipe A. How am I gonna prove that it's him? Because I get your address. I'll mail you the hat, bro. I'll definitely get it for you. That's very good. Nice job by you, sir. I like that. I'm very impressed with your musical knowledge, because people can know Echo and the Bunnymen, but if you have also Ian McCullough's solo stuff, that's Candleland and stuff like that, and Honey Drip, which is a freaking awesome song. I hope you got into Electrofixion, which that's when Will Sargent and Ian were together, and whoo, doggy, that is some awesome stuff. I love Electrofixion. I actually saw them in concert in Orlando. I went up to Orlando. Tell you a funny story about Ian McCullough. So I go up to Orlando, a small club, and Electrofixion is playing, right? So him and Will Sargent are touring. For those of you that don't know Echo and the Bunnymen, the lead singer is Ian McCullough, and the lead guitarist is Will Sargent. Kind of the brains of the outfit, basically, and the heart and soul of Echo and the Bunnymen. So those two guys then went off and did their own little band on the side called Electrofixion. Kind of like when Duran Duran broke off for a short time and they did Arcadia, that kind of stuff. So they did like 2 albums, I think, or 3. I think maybe 3. I have them all. And fantastic music, like stuff that Sister Mercy and stuff that just awesome stuff. Really a little edgier than the stuff they did with Echo, that's one of the things I loved about it, that was a little bit more edgier. And it had a little more hardness to it. So Ian McCullough was effed up. Okay, I could tell he was high as a kite. I'm in the front row. Okay, I'm standing because it's a standing room only. I'm there with the wife, and we're jamming, and they're great, and they're doing their thing. But I see his eyes. He's, I could tell he's buzzing, right? And there's a dude literally next to me, and he's half drunk, or maybe all the way, and he screams in between every single song, "Mac, play," and then he would say some kind of an Echo and the Bunnymen song. And I think they did a couple of Echo songs, but not a lot. They did a lot of Electrofixion, which is kind of what you expected when you went to see it, even though you wanted to hear a little Echo, and they gave you a little, but it was mostly Electrofixion. And you kind of expected that. And so you live with it. It's kind of like when you go see Morrissey, you're going to hear some Smiths, but it's not going to dominate the show. So you better know his catalog, and he's got that's one of the things that Morrissey has done. He has developed a Hall of Fame catalog on his own, period. And so now you're going to hear some Smiths, but it's going to still be mostly Morrissey. Same thing. So he's screaming like an Echo song in between. Mac this, Mac this, Mac this. And about 10 songs in, one more time, here he is, scream, "Mac," and play. So Mac kneels down and looks at him and kind of tilts his head, right? And I'm literally standing, like, Mac is like standing right, like kneeling right in front of me, dude, because the guy's next to me. My wife is next to me, right? And, the guy was annoying the in between each song. During the songs, he didn't say a thing, but in between the songs, he was super annoying. So Mac leans down, looks at the guy, grabs his mic, bah, smashes him right in the forehead. The whole place goes silent. Then they kind of start laughing. I look at the guy. He's got this red spot on his head. He's miffed. He's quiet. He's like beside himself. He didn't say one word for the last 40 minutes of the show. That was freaking awesome, dude. That's one of my favorite highlights of going to concerts in the last, whatever I've been going, decades. And speaking of Ian McCullough, it was Ian McCullough that did it when he was with Will Sargent Electrifixie in a small club in Orlando. That's crazy. Anyway, what do we got? Oh, we got him finally. Oh, we are. Oh, yes, my bad. My bad. Here we go. I'm crazy telling the story. All right, let's go. Hour number 2. Manny Navarro kicks it off with our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com. This has been the KSDT Sports Business Report. KSDT.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Caneswear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on a Big O radio show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
All right, we're back. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. Let's go. We got 174 watching right now. We got 100 likes. Let's pick it up. Get that algorithm going. Manny, how you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good. Oh, how are you?
Very good. I was just having fun with the listener. I gave him a blind ass fan alert because he's expecting 10 or 11 wins from the Canes, and I told him, bro, relax. 7 or 8. That's the fan that ends up getting pissed at the team because they didn't meet his unrealistic expectations. And you don't go from as bad as they were to 10 or 11 wins. If you do that, then Cristobal is the coach of the year, bro. Coach of the year, period. End of story. You know what I'm saying?
He really is. And people got to remember, too, you change coordinators, you change a bunch of assistant coaches after year 1. So right off the bat, right, like that's – yes, they're going to systems that are more familiar to the players, something that was much more like what Manny Diaz ran, but you've also flipped the roster.
Exactly.
So you have a bunch of guys that are just sort of getting into the program, getting used to things. So you're going to have that natural grace period, right, where you're going to make mistakes and struggle to get going. But look, I think they're in the right offense. I think they're in the right defense, and I expect that as the season goes on, they're going to get better and better, especially as some of their younger players really, I think, start to develop some confidence.
And offensive studs have not exploded yet. It's not like you have these established receivers that can go out there and dominate. That hasn't happened yet. You lost your starting tight end. While there's some talent, they still have to establish themselves. You don't have a dominant running game. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they have to develop. I think he's 2 to 3 years away, and I have no problem with that. I get it. It's a mess. The man has to fix it, but I have to give him time, and I'm not going to put a 10 or 11 expectation on him and then, set him up for failure, basically. That's just not right. I'm going to ask you something a little bit off the beaten path. The Tyreek Hill situation. Mm-hmm. I brought this up. Normally, Michael Irving 20 years ago, and by the way, he actually did it recently in this case too, with the Marriott and the girl and all that. He said he didn't go Trumpy, where you start talking too much and you just bury yourself like an idiot. He professed his innocence, and it hasn't been proven yet. Okay, but 20 years ago it did. 20 years ago he professed his innocence. I forgot what it was. It was cocaine and a whore or something, and somewhere. Remember that? And he said that he was innocent. He didn't. And then he came back at the meeting and says, "Hey, use the same energy that you used to say I was, guilty. Use the same energy to say I'm innocent." And he was right, and he was vindicated. And to me, that's another part that's kind of disturbing about all of this. Sure, we need to see the video. We need to see how true everything is. But Drew Rosenhaus was on Sunday. He did not profess his innocence. Tyreek Hill has not gone on his podcast since it had to be said. He didn't say he was innocent. He hasn't professed it in a tweet. He hasn't professed it in public. And to me, that's kind of another negative to all of this, that maybe there is some trouble coming, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you read the tea leaves, it certainly feels that way. I think, like you said, usually when guys are innocent, they fight like hell, right, in the public eye to defend themselves. When they don't do that, it's kind of a sign of, hey, I screwed up, and I'm trying to get off as best as I can from this potential punishment. So, look, like you said, the truth will come out, right? If there's video of this, I'm sure that'll come out. TMZ or somebody will put that thing out. They'll pay for that footage.
I'm shocked it hasn't come out already, dude.
Right.
That guy that runs the marina must be as old school as it gets, because they're offering thousands of dollars for that video.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, bro, that's free money you're turning down. So my man está cómodo, obviously.
Yeah.
Either that, or he's got he's got real standards that most of us don't.
Right. Or Drew has that kind of influence, right? Where maybe Drew is
maybe Drew paid him off, right, to not release it. Yeah.
Right. Who knows where the
Well, wait a minute. He didn't accept, although it was $200, bro. That's like, Tyreek, now we got to look at you like a cheap tipper. I mean, seriously, $200? That's what you're going to offer the guy?
It's not a whole lot, brother. Not in today's world. That might not even get you dinner at a nice restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, the $200 doesn't get me to the Cure tomorrow night for me, the wife, and my daughter. What the hell are you talking about? $200?
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't even get
with
you groceries
Robert
anymore.
Smith getting me $30 back of service fees for each ticket, which he did that, by the way. He complained to Ticketmaster. He was going to pull his tour off of Ticketmaster if they didn't reduce the fees. And brother, they gave all of us $30 back per ticket.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I just went to see The Cure up in Atlanta for 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, all the concert shirts were $25.
Woo, $25. Remember when they were 10 and 5?
Yeah, but now they're 35, 45, 50.
Yeah.
For big bands like that in arenas and stadiums, $25 for a shirt?
Yeah.
That's super cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, as I digress here, it's sad that it doesn't look like this is going to have a good ending, and I'm wondering if he's going to get suspended now. I almost feel like he's going to get at least 1 game.
I would expect so, right? The NFL would at least hit him with something. And the good thing for Tyreek, I guess, is he doesn't have a long history of this, right? I mean, he hasn't had many suspensions in his past.
No, he doesn't have any suspensions, but he already has the altercation from prior, and then the one before he got drafted.
Okay, so it's probably time, right? If this
because of the past, because of the past, I think he can get a slap on the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it all depends on what kind of a smack he gave him on the back of the head. You know what I mean?
Right.
Was it a love tap, or was it un avión? If it was un avión,
the ones that my grandfather used to give me.
Yes,
if it was one of those. We're
Denozo
okay.
and NCIS, right? It's NCIS, right? Denozo. Whack. If the guy got denozoed, oh man, that's not good, bro. Getting denozoed is not good. So yeah, I'm with you there. Would you like to name the baby for Mariah Mills and Zion Williamson? Because she's looking for help now.
Let's see. What would be a great name?
Notice how the Canes segment has really gone backwards now. Okay, it's really.
Listen,
really
we're in a very dry
right
season. We're in a very dry season. Yes. Zion.
Yes.
What goes with Zion? I don't know. Zeus? Would you go with Zeus at that point? You get the Z's. You got a couple Z names there. I don't know. I don't know what goes with Zion Williamson, but so that's gonna happen, huh?
I don't know. Wait a minute. Hold on. Do we have him there? Wait. Okay. We're having a little technical snafu here.
It's all right.
Okay. I think we got you now again. All right. Go ahead.
I was going to say Zeus, right? Another Z name.
Go ahead. No,
right, to go with Zion?
You can say it. No, we had a technical snafu. I was thinking X.
X.
Why?
Okay, that's...
and Z. No, I was thinking X. Why? Because he had it with a porn star. So she's X-rated. So let's
she's
just
X-rated.
Call the kid
there you
X.
go. That's a good one. Yeah.
That's
I like
it. Yeah. That's it. Oh, what's your name? Xavier? No. Just X. Just X.
Just X. One letter.
And that's it. All right. So what do we got going on in the Canes world, by the way? Any new recruiting news? Because I don't think I've seen much lately in the last couple of days.
No, I mean they hosted 45 guys in the month of June, and they got a few commitments. There's probably going to be another one this weekend. Ja'Cory Barney, wide receiver from Palmetto High School, who's a very low-rated 4-star, but he is a blue-chip kid. Talented receiver, another one of these playmakers that they need, from locally. That they got a couple last year. It looks like Barney's going to be another one. And they've got some other kids that they're hoping to get, but the big fish, the big fish that Miami wants, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. I think, as I've told you before, we're going to see. I think a lot of these guys are in wait and see mode with this team, and they want to see which direction the program goes before they vault into the class.
Okay, all right. True Fin fan, by the way, is chiming in with a super chat, and he says played baseball with Manny at Tamiami. What's up,
look
Manny?
at that. Look at that. Yes, I did play at Tamiami Park for several years. I played at West Kendall Optimist as well. So I am a well-traveled Little League ball player in South Florida. I also umpired at Tamiami Park for 3 years.
True Fin fan, give me a first name, bro, because I always call you True Fin fan. You never use the name, huh? No. True Fin fan says. Yeah, so give me a name, True Fin fan. Give me your first name so maybe Manny remembers and puts a face to it. Because I doubt you were calling yourself True Fin fan on the baseball field.
Not back then, no.
No. Back then. Huh? It's Miguel? Okay. You believe. Do you remember a Miguel you played with in
There's a lot of Miguels. I'd probably need the full.
Yeah, there is a lot of Miguels. I know a shit ton of Miguels in my life.
There are a lot of Miguels who played ball at Tamiami. I know that.
Yeah. Oh, Miguel Naranjo.
Okay. All right. Which team did we play together? Does he remember this? We were all you know how it is, though. We were all sponsored by somebody.
Right. Chico's Bail Bonds, right?
Chico's Bail Bonds might have been. I'm not sure which team it was, but
so yeah. you got to come up with the news, True Fin fan. Which team was it now? Naranjo.
Miguel Naranjo. All right.
Yeah.
I have to go through the archives, but I listen. I just caught up. I got invited to a WhatsApp a couple months ago, where I have all these former Tamiami baseball players that I got invited to. Oh, there we go. He played with Georgie Castillo. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that group.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's funny. All these years later, these guys. Some of us went to high school together. Some of us didn't, and we got a little chat going. So.
There you go. And secretly, they're all trying to get closer to you. So when the Canes are good, hey, can you get me some tickets?
Right, exactly. They want to get a little opportunity to jump in there.
There's ulterior motives there.
Absolutely.
That's what's going on. All right. Any other Canes news outside of the recruiting stuff that we need to know about? Because I was trying to prep for this segment. I'm like, there's nothing, bro. Like
July is the dead period. Like they're gonna have a barbecue at the end of July. They're gonna have more kids back on campus in terms of recruiting. We're gonna have camp dates coming along at some point here in terms of when practices will get going. The ACC media days are the last week in July as well. I'll be busy with all of that, but this is the time when guys like me go on vacation. Of course, I'll always check in with you because I never stop.
That's right.
Recruiting never stops. But
That's right.
this is the time of year a lot of sports writers take vacation to cover college football because it's a small 3-week period where there's really nothing going on other than kids, either announcing where they're going to school or saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go visit this school in the fall, and I'm still not done with my recruiting."
Okay. All right. So that's right, because I was looking around. I was like, man, there isn't a lot. What am I going to do?
Not a lot,
with
brother.
this man today. But, Tyreek and Zion kind of filled it in for us. So, that's.
They did.
You adjust.
Yes.
You adjust.
Yes, sir.
That's what you got to do. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro, and make sure you subscribe like I do to The Athletic every single month, and you're going to get all the latest.
It's $1 right now a month, by the way.
I know. It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Really, really. Considering all the writers there, locally, nationally, internationally, there's all kinds of news going on. So check out The Athletic. A lot of great stories, too. A lot of great writing going on in The Athletic. A lot of feature stories that are really, really good. So it's good reading there. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. Have a fantastic weekend, my friend. We'll catch up on Tuesday.
Good talking to you. Talk soon.
Thank you, my friend. There you go. Manny Navarro, our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report. Got this hat at Caneswear. You can get a lot of things at Caneswear. By the way, I'm not forgetting about our guy. We got to get him the hat. How do I do this, man? How do I get Felipe the hat? Because somebody said you got to have a secret word, and I go, yeah, but it's in public here. It's like there's no secret to the word. It's like I can't give him a secret word. There's nothing there, Oh man, I wouldn't believe the Zion story. Oh, that Mills chick has been on a rampage for a while. I'm pretty sure it isn't. How can you be pretty sure? You're such a homer, bro. That guy is a disaster. That it could be very real with him. It's not like he's standing out there saying, "Oh no, she's lying" and all that. He's mighty quiet. Is he standing up declaring his innocence and all that? No, I don't see him doing any Ian McCullough. Anyway, so what's that? Oh, he did? Okay, DM? Let's see what he did. Okay. All righty. Oh, I see Tua Time did tweet it out, by the way. And I got you, bro. I got you. Okay. Wow, Felipe the Butcher. So yeah, I gotta get you a hat or cut my ass up and shit. Damn. All right, Felipe A. Tampa and everything. Okay. All right. Send me on the DM. Send me your address. I'll send you the hat. I promise you, my brother. Okay. I'll make sure. I'll send you the hat. So do me a favor. I got your Twitter. In fact, I'm also going to follow you. I don't do a lot of following anymore. I eliminate now more than anything to not clutter my whole thing. By the way, Barry Jackson, per source, Heat has made an offer to Vincent similar to the structure of Caleb Martin's 3-year deal, but for a bit more money, more than $7 million per year for Gabe. It did not move the needle. Vincent's return is looking less likely unless Heat raises its offer. Free agency begins at 6 p.m. Per source, Heat has spoken to Cleveland and a third team about a sign and trade involving Strus. With Strus going to the Cavs in this scenario, Heat would get back small assets, not a player, in permutations discussed. Okay. And there we go. I have followed you back, Felipe, so I got you there. I am going to, so just send me your address, my brother, and I will get you that hat, bro. I promise you. That was a hell of a job by you. To a time, I'm a man of my word, bro. So nobody gets stiffed with me. Ask Sean, who has worked at multiple places where he's gotten stiffed constantly. How about here, bro? No, right? Yeah. No, we pay on time, don't we? Yeah, huh? Yeah. We kind of live up to our promises here, don't we, huh? Yeah. Yep. So we're all good in the hood. Oh, the other day when you were talking about the good old days at Hardee's reminded me of my favorite spot to hit up and eat after a club. Ready? Chico's, man. Of course, on 16th Street. Yes. Yes, inside the mall. I would go to Chico's all the time. That's another place. Now, it wasn't a hangout for us, but I would go with my dad all the time to go eat at Chico's. And then there was that record store, like Chico's was on the side of the mall, on the edge, on the corner of the mall, and then the mall went down. And then like 4 stores down, there was a record store there. I would always go visit that store to see if I needed to buy something or something like that. My dad would be like really pissed. Vas a ir a comprar un cassette. Yeah. Yes, Dad. I'm going to go buy a cassette for my Pioneer Super Tuner with my Pioneer 6x9 speakers, my what was the power booster? IDI? An IDI boost? Was it IDI? I don't know. Anyway, hard to remember all that kind of shit. But yeah. But I'll never forget my Pioneer Super Tuner because to this day, it's still one of my favorite stereos I ever used. It was great for the radio. The cassette deck was, you can beat the shit out of that cassette deck. It was, man, that Pioneer Super Tuner was an ass-kicking radio. Love that radio. Love that radio. Anyway. Carjewel was not that. Carjewel was on Coral Way. I used to go to Carjewel all the time back in the day. It was on Coral Way next to the 7-Eleven across from Plitt Gables. That's where that was. That's where Carjewel Records. Although they had a second location, if I remember correctly, it wasn't there. In fact, the one with Chico's might have been like a Lily's Records or something like that, actually. Might have been something like that. Not sure, but I don't think it was Carjewel. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Carjewel. So, anyway, what else do we have going on? Marlins beat the Red Sox 2-0. Jazz hit a solo home run tonight. They start a set against the Braves. Brian Hoeing is on the mound. This staff has done a good job, man. Inter Miami back in action tomorrow. They host Austin at Drive Pink Stadium. Tata Martino will make his debut. Let's see if he can bring any magic with this crappy-ass team until they can get Messi in there. And then to piss off Tua time now, because, of course, this is the only reason I'm doing this story, to piss off Tua time. But Mariah Mills has come out, and she needs your help, folks. Mariah Mills needs your help, and so I figure we all should kind of help Mariah a little bit here. She is, of course, she put out that she is impregnated by Zion Williamson. She put out the pregnancy test that it was a positive. Obviously we need the blood work so we can get it all official. And that way then she'll be making her money off of Zion now. So Mariah Mills is taking it a step further to showcase her positive pregnancy test, suggesting that she is indeed pregnant from the 22-year-old NBA player following their split. And, they did not split. Zion dumped her, and she has been bitter since because the young star cut her off of her allowance, and she's having difficulties grabbing another simp to suck on. So Mariah has made several failed attempts to get Zion back in her allowances, and all those attempts proved futile. So she's using the final one, which is every woman's greatest weapon against a man trapped him down: pregnancy. The 32-year-old posted a positive pregnancy test result on Instagram and asked fans to help suggest a name for the alleged unborn child. She chose Junior or Zariah. So what do you think? What do we do? What is the name that we give this child? And by the way, Poor child. He's going to be born into that life between those two clowns. It's amazing because Zion Williamson is not someone that should be around any kind of young person. He is not a good influence on any young person whatsoever. He has every bad habit you can possibly have. He's still a child. He's just a big old child is what he is. He's never grown up. He doesn't know what responsibility and commitment are. He doesn't understand how he has failed the Pelicans miserably. So that guy should not be around kids. See, that's the problem in our society. Too many of the wrong people are having kids. You know? I'm one of those that maybe we should start testing people to have kids. We should put you through a mental and a financial exam. And if you don't have the mental or financial capabilities, you should not be allowed to have kids, to be quite honest. That's the problem in our world. That's why our society is so screwed up, because too many people had the wrong kids, and then these kids are all raised the wrong way, and that's why they're doing all this stupid shit. Look at Paris right now. It's on fire. Boy, those people love to riot. They make us look like we're minor leaguers. Like, you think we've had riots here? Those people riot for anything. And they just, did you see that? I don't know if you're following this. Like yesterday, there was a dude that got a vehicle and he just rammed it right through a store window and mall. And then everybody just started to run right into that place and started pillaging the whole damn place. But they are lighting things on fire. I mean, they are, boy, the fact you told those French people they have to work 2 more years to get their money. Woo, doggy, that really pissed them off. And you know why? It's the same shit that's happening here. Macron. Just like in every other government in this country, in this world, they all have the same kind of banking system. And the fractionalized banking system is the worst banking system to ever be created. And so everybody's adopted it from, a couple hundred years back. And this is why everyone's in debt. This is why every country and every money is, negative. Really amazing. Truly amazing. Anyway, Joe Perdomo says, Big O, Joe from Sevilla, watching you from the top of a mountain in Sierra Nevada in Malaga, a town of Tolox Cerro de Ijar Hotel. You got to check this place out, my brother, all after all your hard work. Thank you, sir. Maybe I will one day. Maybe I will in another year and a half. Clock is ticking, baby. Clock is ticking. Only a matter of time. Ray says, yesterday and today records in Gables had all the cool imports and Blue Notes records from the old 163rd Street Mall. Cool store as well. Yesterday and today, the original one was it was in Coral Way. It was in Coral Gables. And then it moved to like South Miami, right? Like 57th Avenue and Bird Road, right? No, it went to right by the the sub place on Bird and like 61st, something like that. And then it moved to the mall on 67th Avenue and Bird Road after that. If I remember correctly, it went like to 3 places. I used to love Yesterday and Today. Excellent place to get music. Very good job by you, Ray. Typical, of course, Ray. You're always strong. I'll never forget when his foot blew out of the shoe in college. Yeah, Zion. Yeah, that was funny. The good thing is no serious injury came from it, because it's kind of sad that Nike shoes were exploding like that. But then again, that's a lot of power from the fat boy. Dude67, thank you for the love in the super chat. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. You can send in your questions, comments, insults. I'll check it now to see if any of you have sent any any Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show is the address. Cash Big O Show. Dude 67 says, haven't been on much lately, dealing with some family stuff. Wanted to say, what's up, homie? Do you see the Marlins adding anybody before the trading deadline? I hope so. I think we're going to need to see what happens this month leading up to the deadline. How well do they play? Or if they struggle, and what do they need? You know what I mean? But I would love to see them add a little extra sauce to Gardner in this whole thing. So yes, add the sauce. Yes, Bird Road by the Italian restaurant. Exactly. That's correct, sir. You are correctamundo. Let's see what we got here. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
LaFonso Ellis out as a college basketball analyst at ESPN.
Okay. No, not a big name. Good dude, by the way. Really good dude. LaFonso Ellis. Solid basketball player, too. Gotta say. Yeah. Not bad. Got up to 120 on the likes. Let's go. Let's go. If you haven't hit that like button, hit it for me. So do we have any names for Zion? Rosendo goes, ever heard of the French? Yeah, but that's a revolution. This is different, bro. This is not a revolution. This is just, I mean, this happens like all the time. When I went to Paris for my 25th wedding anniversary, they were rioting then. And it wasn't the Social Security thing that happened for them. It was something else. I forgot what it was. But those people love to riot and light their shit on fire, dude. Big O would add a bat and bullpen depth at trade deadline. Your thoughts? I don't have a problem with that. We're going to see. No, it's Felipe. The reason why they're letting go people on ESPN is because ABC, Disney has decided to decouple ESPN from them. And so now ESPN will be left alone on an island by itself. So it will have to support itself. And it can't depend on any ABC or ESPN money or anything. I mean, ABC or Disney money. And so then it's got to stand on its own. So now it's got to clear out some budgetary issues. And then they've added salaries like McAfee's coming in and they're paying him a lot of money, right? And I think that show's going to suffer on ESPN. That's just me, you know? But what can I tell you? But that's why they're doing it, because they're also anticipating that they're not going to be able to have the same revenue coming in, or they don't have the same insurance policy behind them anymore. So they've got to be a standalone product now, and they've got to support themselves. So drastic cuts are coming. So they're going to lay off a whole bunch of people. And unfortunately, what can I tell you? You know, it is what it is. So ESPN will do fine on its own. I think it might do decent. We'll see. I don't think it'll be as strong as it was. It already is not even close to what it was. So I kind of disagree with you on that, because ESPN's not that good anymore. Quite honest.
They're saying the NFL department is next, and next year's NFL coverage will look a lot different. So, and most of their coverage is going to look a lot different now.
Right, of course. They have to cut back, dude. They can't spend the same kind of money. They don't have the ABC backing anymore. And it's not like this whole one pie thing. And then they just divide all that and then see what their total profit is, and they move on. No, dude, now you're on your own. So now the mistakes you make are going to cost you even more this time. So we'll see. I was referring to the 24-hour Cuban restaurant on 12th Avenue and West 40th in Hialeah by Mango Hill. The restaurant is called Chico's. Right. Oh, yeah, the one on 12th Avenue, yeah. In the mall you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly where it's at. I've been to that one. I used to go to it, when I lived in Hialeah specifically, and I went a lot, and that shit was open all the time. Yeah, definitely. If they could just cut Greenberg for all of us. Yeah. I don't watch any of that, so that's the problem with you all. You actually watch Greenberg. I can't watch Greenberg. I can't. It's just he's a troll and he says a lot of silly shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that he says that to me is kind of like a disconnect with what's actually going on. So yeah, no. And then I think he's also trolling too at the same time. So it's hard for me to respect those kind of people. You know, it's not my style. You know? So we all have our style, we all have our way of doing things, but you know, to me that the troll game, that's not what I like to do. Oh, let me do it. Let me take this angle because that'll get a rise out of you guys, even if I don't believe it. But let me do it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing things. You know, I could do things where I can create more clickbait on this platform if I felt like it. Easy, I could do it. You know, go negative on a whole bunch of things and start ripping people, and the views will go straight through the roof, and people will love that. You know what I mean? But that's not what I'm about. So it's not my style. If I'm ripping you, it's because you deserve to get ripped, period. Not because I need to raise the rating. So let me tell you why you need to fire this guy now when the person doesn't deserve to get fired at all. Oh, how about Ohtani at the deadline rental for a half a season? There you go. That would be nice. Oh, did you eat at any good places while you were in Atlanta? To a time I completely dropped the ball there. I ate regular stuff. Nothing memorable. Nothing that I can say, oh my God, I went to this place and had a great meal. So no, I did not, unfortunately. I didn't have a lot of time, dude. I got there late at night on Tuesday night. So and by the way, Atlanta at night sucks. Everything is closed after 11 o'clock. There is nothing open. So when both nights, Tuesday and Wednesday night, so Monday night I get there like around 11 something. I didn't pull into my hotel till midnight. Nothing was open. I had to I had to order some Uber Eats in from some restaurant. It was decent. And then the next day I wake up, I do the show. And then I went to the Coca-Cola thing. And then I went to the concert. And then again, I get out of the concert, everything's closed again. You know what I mean? And boom. And then I wake up and I was going to go out with Grieper out to the College Football Hall of Fame. And I told him, dude, you go. I'm going to stay in the room and rest because I was tired. And after I did the show on Wednesday, I took a little bit of a nap, did some work, and then I took off to the concert. And then again, I got out at night, nothing's open, and then I'm leaving in the morning. It's early in the morning. So I didn't really have time to go enjoy stuff. And Atlanta, you suck at night. Like, you're downtown, you suck. You guys are minor league, bro. In Miami, I can find restaurants at 11, at 12 all the time, dude. All the time. I can go somewhere and eat and go get a decent meal somewhere. New York City, LA. Jesus Christ, Atlanta, bro. Get a nightlife. Come on, dude. Everything was closed. Man, they suck at night. They close early, dude. That was bad. No Dairy Queen hot dogs. No. I was looking for one. Pat in Asheville was screwing with me. He went to some place and he goes, look what I am having. And there were dogs. That's the running joke with me. Oh, man. I'll never live that one down. I deserve it. I deserve it. When you deserve it, you deserve it, bro. And you guys deserve to make fun of me forever for being stupid and eating a hot dog out of a Dairy Queen in the Panhandle. Yeah, no, that's on a drive home. Yeah, no, you guys, I deserve it. I deserve what I get. You know. I used to live, eat, breathe, go to sleep with ESPN in the 90s. They were it. Now it's all a joke. One good game from a player. It's the greatest game of all time topic. I can't watch. Yeah, exactly. And the troll subjects are just constantly for their talk shows. They're so desperate to fill time that they have to create all kinds of bullshit. And to me, that's just crap. Miami Sports Fanatic says, Big O, how's it going? Any word on the Christian Wilkins extension? We were supposed to see some progress when we got that Byron Jones money, but nada. I feel like the more time passes, trade. No, dude, you're overreacting. Relax. That'll all get done before the season starts. I'm not worried about it. They'll get it done. They want Christian Wilkins there. Deal will be done. Mark my words on that. You can hold my feet to the fire. You can rip into me if it doesn't happen. They will get the Wilkins deal done before the season starts. Marcel and Cam is the only reason I watch ESPN and NFL Network during the offseason. Well, those are good reasons.
Yeah. Barry Jackson sent out a tweet.
Okay, what do we got?
Let me say this in Heat's defense, and no, I wasn't asked to say this. Current offer out to Gabe with the team's current payroll would have left Heat with about a $72 million tax bill.
Yeah.
So they're willing to spend the tax, but there's a tax tipping point for every rich person on earth.
Of course, dude. And I get it. I totally get it. So listen, I am the first guy to complain about a billionaire crying poor, but I look at the reality of what's going on, and your stupidity of the past is putting you in this position. So unfortunately, you need to get over your stupidity, which means we got to wait for this Lowry thing to expire. We got to get Oladipo off the books, and you got to try to trade Duncan. You need to gain some flexibility. They have no flexibility. And so I get it. And you need more than Strus and Gabe to become a champion. You need a star. So those guys aren't stars. They're really good role players. You know what I'm saying? But they're not stars. That's what you need. And how are you going to get it? By clearing up cap space, or you make the Lillard move. If the Lillard move can ever be made, but that guy doesn't want out of Portland, no matter what he says. And I'm tired of hearing Lillard, whine. Screw you from here on out. I don't ever want to hear you complain about being in Portland or you need a winner. F you, dude. You've had plenty of times to leave. You can demand your way out like all the NBA players do. You want to choose to stay there? Then, that's your freaking problem, dude. You want to be a loser? You go ahead and play with the losers. And that's it. Enjoy yourself. Kind of goes with the leadership of that state anyways. Losers. Big O, have you ever had a cereal with milk and cookies inside of it? I had the Munchies bad a few years ago, and I swear it was awesome at the time. Well, I had Cookie Crisp. I've had that. But you know what? The chocolate chip Cookie Crisp, which is the one that survived, it's all right. But they eliminated the vanilla Cookie Crisp. And I got to tell you something. I really enjoyed that Cookie Crisp. I thought that one was really good. And then they eliminated it. I'm so pissed that they eliminated that one decades ago. That sucked. Yeah, Max Kellerman's gone. Yeah, unfortunately.
And Keyshawn Johnson.
Well, no loss there.
So those are 2 down now.
I like Max for boxing.
I'll see if anybody else has come through.
Not necessarily my guy for basketball or football. Sometimes he's hit or miss there. But he does a good job with boxing. I enjoy Max. But, he's going to have other jobs because of boxing. So that'll help out. Unfortunately, it sucks to lose your job. But I am not going to miss Jay Will. I'm not going to miss Jalen Rose. I'm definitely not going to miss Keyshawn Johnson. Oh, my God. That guy's terrible. So, yeah, there's a bunch of people there that I'm not going to miss.
They're letting these guys go, but they're letting them go with their contracts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. They're going to let them. They're going to pay them. They're going to pay off their contracts,
right? But they're not going to have him on the air anymore. So,
yeah, but Keyshawn just signed a 5-year deal worth $18 million. So he's basically going to get that now and then
that's it.
Go wherever. But
right.
Just, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I guess you just don't want to hear it for 5 more years.
Then,
right?
You clear yourself of any liabilities down the line is what they're doing.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's all corporate stuff, bro. So it's kind of like you're going to move on and you don't want to carry the burden. So then you can call it a loss and it's probably a write-off too. That's probably what it is. It's probably a write-off. I don't know. You know, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to talk to an accountant because there's probably some creative accounting going on with those decisions. Just saying. Okay. And you are eliminating shows because that show has to be eliminated for McAfee. So that some of these shows were going to go anyways because of McAfee. Because his show will take up that time slot. It'll take up several shows because it goes for 3 hours, right? I believe. They're knocking it down to 2? Okay. 2, and with the commercials, he does like 68 minutes of material, and the rest is all commercials. So, yeah. But again, it's not like ESPN is, it's nothing special anymore. King Short says, man, I bought some Count Chocula a while back, and it sucked. Not like it was back in the day. Yeah, they're not putting all the nasty stuff they used to put to make it taste so good last time. When we were kids, we were eating some stuff that was real crap, but it tasted really good. Now they're trying to go a little healthier, and it just doesn't taste as good, King Short. Amelia says, bro, real munchies is tall glass of cold milk filled with Oreo cookies. If you're just going to go all out, make sure you just go ham Oreos. Will help clean your gut. You need colon broom after that treat. LOL. Will Tyreek work in a neck slap TD celebration this year? Oh, man. God, Tyreek. What is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you? Did you see Jonathan Jones from the Patriots? This whole gambling thing, some guys out there. Jones? Yeah. No, this guy's the one from the Patriots. And he, not the brightest bulb in the chandelier, because he doesn't get it. And I'm going to read out the quote for you, okay? This is Jonathan Jones from the Patriots. I understand rules are rules, but I can risk my life so that my team wins, but I can't risk 1K on my team winning. And so there's so much ignorance in all of this that he doesn't get. First of all, he's getting paid to do a job. Nobody's telling you to risk your life, Mr. Jones. Okay? You chose to play football, and you do that, and you're getting paid for it. Right? That's it. And the NFL isn't gambling. The NFL has partners that are gambling sites, and they're buying sponsorship. They're not gambling. There's no gamble here. It's a sure thing for the NFL. You pay us to be on our platform to promote your product. End of story. There's no gambling here. So what Jones doesn't realize, because obviously it seems like a coach, an agent, a sibling, a father, a brother, a financial advisor, a former teammate, a current teammate, position leader, team leader. Obviously somebody hasn't reached out to this kid. Clearly not smart enough. Like a lot of guys probably in the league aren't smart enough to really understand the repercussions of all of this. And so the NFL is doing the smart thing. They want to distance themselves from anything that could be cheating. And so if you're betting on your own team or whatever, you might have information about what's going on with the other team because a former teammate of yours plays on the other team. And he says, whoa, you guys are talking smack going back and forth throughout the week. And he goes, yeah, bro, I don't think you guys are going to, I think you guys are going to kill us, bro. Our quarterback really ain't going to play that well this week. He's hurting. Boom. Nobody knows about it except those two guys. So now he makes a bet. It's possible. That's why the NFL doesn't want you even betting on another sport in their buildings. Why? Because you may know your agent may tell you something because he represents a player that's in another sport. Oh, wow, man. Yeah. You know John? He plays for the Angels. Yeah, dude. I heard today that the pitcher, he said the pitcher's like maybe 75% he's going to pitch tonight. He doesn't feel that good, so he doesn't even like their chances today. Oh, really? Boom, goes and bets on against the Angels. Anything can happen, and you can get inside information. Players know each other. They played with each other in different, in different colleges. Then they went on to different teams, different sports, all kinds of stuff. Connections can be made one way or another through a player, an agent, whatever. And they don't want to be tied to any kind of impropriety whatsoever. So, football players, what are you going to be in the league for? 3 years, 4, 7, 10? You're not retiring at 70, dude. Okay? We have to retire at 65, 70 because we have to work all our lives. You football players that make a lot of money, dude, your career is really short. You're going to eventually have a new job somewhere else, or you're going to be retired and you'll have all the time to bet everything you want. It's one thing you can't do. And you got to stay away from it. That's it. And they're even asking you, it's only inside the building. Obviously, you can't bet on the NFL at any time, but on the other sports, you can be away from the building, be at your house, be at your friend's house, and bet on another sport. That's fine. They're telling you that's all right. But you can't do it inside the building. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand that you're working in the corporate world. And you're representing a corporation that represents a slew of other sponsors. There's a lot of money involved. So when you create problems for the team, you create problems for your sponsors too. So somebody's got to explain the macro to Mr. Jones, not the micro. What we always talk about, the tunnel vision, where you're just in the moment. No, dude, and this isn't about you. This is about the entire integrity of the game. That's it. And it's not that difficult, by the way. It really isn't. And look at the people getting busted, the lower level players. The ones that have money, the famous ones, the powerful ones, they're not making the bets. They don't need the money. Usually it's the guys that are either broke or lower level players are the ones that are doing drug deals and stuff like that. It isn't Brett Favre retiring and, stealing money from the poor. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I mean, it isn't Dr. J retiring and doing drug deals. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I want to say also the league cannot have, fans or even, sports bettors a perception that any of this is even happening. Heaven, because you talked about it yesterday when we were talking about it yesterday is, or when I think it was you and Matt were talking about it in the segment. It's up on YouTube where Matt was like, what to say that a guy bet, even prop bets, because one of the guys was a prop bet, and everybody's like, well, what if he let him score a touchdown just so the other guy can get the ball back to run for 30 more yards to win the prop bet? But now you have, you've given up a touchdown. Now you're the over under or whatever. Now you've altered done that. Now just the perception of that player fixing a game.
They can't be part of it.
It's
cannot. And again, anybody that tells you, well, they're teamed up with gambling sites. Okay, but they're not gambling. They're collecting ad revenue, which goes to the players also, by the way. So they're creating revenue. You're already making money off the gambling sites. Every player is making money off the gambling sites because it's part of your revenue stream. So you're already winning in the gambling game. Why do you need to gamble? Writers, you take a job, you can't accept gifts from the teams you cover and all. Can't accept them because then it could be a form of bribery. And then you'll be writing more positive stories for them because they give you these gifts and all that. And that's just the way it is. You're a writer, you can't accept it. Us radio guys, they don't stop us from accepting gifts. But if you're a writer in a newspaper, sorry, they're giving away this glass, this calendar, this shirt, this jacket, this jersey. You can't get it. The rest of us, hey, can I take 2 or 3 home? Because I'm trying to take 2 or 3 home. Just want you to know that. Couldn't get a second Wheaties box when, like Ira. You know, Ira doesn't have that Wheaties box. So we're there in the 2006 NBA championship in Dallas, right? We're covering the winning. They're all shooting, champagne all over the place. We're all soaked in champagne because we're in this little locker room. We're in the visiting locker room. And then you got to cover the moment, right? And you're there and you're getting doused with champagne, all that. You're interviewing everybody. I did it with the Marlins. And then the Heat came out and gave us gifts. They gave us, I have it still, a Wheaties box that is signed by all the players, and to celebrate the championship. Super cool. Ira couldn't take one of those home. That's just the way it goes. So Ira loses out on that piece of memorabilia. My ass, I'd gladly take it home. And if you give me 2 of them, I'll take them. I couldn't get 2 of that, unfortunately. Damn it. I got to show you guys that Wheaties box. I got to show it to you. I have it stashed. I don't even have it like present showing in my room or anything like that. I have it stashed. Just because I never really framed it. I got to frame it. That's what I need to do. Anyway, there you go. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And somebody please explain to Jonathan Jones the big picture, because that kid doesn't get it at all. Is Cam there? Give him a ring there and tell him to get his ass in gear and get him in. Ride him in, ride him out, ride him in, ride him out, ride him in, rawhide. Let me give you some birthdays today, famous birthdays. Let's start off with Mike Tyson. He is 57. Michael Phelps is 38 today. Happy birthday to him. Let's see who else is celebrating a birthday. Cole Swindell, country singer, is 40. Alicia Fox, wrestler, she's 37. I don't know who Alicia Fox is, but figured you would, so I mentioned it. Who else is celebrating birthdays today? And I think I saw another wrestler too today. Not that I know if he's any good or famous or whatever. Trey Turner, the baseball player, is 30 years old today. That's it. I guess I overlooked the wrestler that I saw earlier this morning, and I wasn't sure. Let's see. Cody Rhodes. Number 38.
Yeah, he's terrible. That guy's terrible.
Cody Rhodes. Is that the Rhodes? Is that
the son of Dusty here?
Really? 38 years old today.
Now. He's probably one of the faces of WWE right now. Yeah.
Okay. Is he the Rhodes? No, is there a female Rhodes also? Because you guys had me picking something. There was a Rhodes in there.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes with the Roman Reigns back in WrestleMania time.
So it was this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Just want to make sure. All right. So he's celebrating a birthday today. All right. It is time to unleash Le Wolf Pack.
We unleash the Wolf Pack. As we get the latest in the NFL and the Miami Dolphins with our KSDT CPA Pro Football Report with NFL Network insider Cameron Wolf. KSDT is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT CPA is a full-service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit them at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370. Here's NFL insider Cameron Wolf.
Hi, Cam. What's up, man? I got to tell you something, man. I'm going to look for a new career. You know, this one's gone really well for me, but I was thinking I can be a betting liaison for NFL players. You know, they, can have some burner phones and then send me, a text, and I can lay the bets for them instead. And, just I charge a service fee per bet. And that's it. What do you think about that? If I start a business like that, would that be profitable?
It probably would be, but the problem is at some point somebody's going to find out. That's the way this league works.
Yeah, but guess what? I'm not the one that's going to get in trouble.
That is true.
I'm not the one. You're the one that said to bet. I'm doing legally. I'm not in the NFL. You are. No, right. But seriously, I was reading Jonathan Jones' quote, and I hope an agent, a leader, somebody sits down with the young man and explains to him the macro, of the big picture of all of this, because, some people think, well, the NFL is in bed with betting corporations. Yeah, but they're not betting. The NFL is collecting revenue from them, which they're sharing with the players. So the players are already winning in the gambling game because everybody's going to get a little piece of that pie. So nobody's gambling in the NFL, like I'm saying the league itself. They're just collecting revenue from that. And, I explained like this, like you and me, we live by different rules. But when you're a writer, which you've been, so let me ask you something. The Dolphins come into the press room, right? They say, hey, guys, we're going to give the media, everybody a jersey. So is Joe Schad walking away with a jersey there, Cam Wolf?
I'm not sure what the reference is. What did Joe do?
My point is he can't accept gifts.
Oh, yes, correct. No, he can't accept gifts. None of us can accept gifts. I think it's a $25 limit that way we work. So
right. That's what they gave you at the NFL Network, $25.
Yeah, I think it's about a $25 limit. So you can take a $10 or $20 Starbucks gift card or something of that sort, but no, not a jersey.
Right. So in radio, right, we can accept anything, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we're complete whores.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or on my show, if they want to give me stuff, hey, I'll take it. I don't care. It's not really going to alter me the way I think or whatever. I'm going to be me no matter what. So That doesn't matter. But my point is, rules are rules, dude.
Yeah.
So when you become a writer, hey, everybody else is getting the free gift and you're not, bro. I was in the 06 championship covering the Heat, and I was in Dallas and drenched in champagne and all that. And then when it was over, the Heat went to us and said, hey, guys, we want to give you guys, a gift. And they gave me a Wheaties box with the 2006 team and everything. Everybody signed it. Yeah. And I happily took it. Do you think Ira Winderman walked away with the Wheaties box?
No.
Nope, you can't. The Sun Sentinel doesn't allow you. The Herald doesn't allow you. The Palm Beach Post doesn't allow you to accept gifts. No gift.
Right.
Not $1. Not a $5 gift card at anything. Nothing, bro. They can't accept jack shit. That's the way it goes. Yeah. And so if the NFL is asking you not to bet on the league, period, and then they're asking you, listen, you want to bet on other sports? It's fine. Just go away from the facility, bro.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. It's not that hard. If you need to go make a bet, go ahead and do it, but go away from the facility. You go away for lunch. Some of you drive off for lunch or whatever. Then, bro, go take a little, zip around the neighborhood and make your bet, and then come back, and you're fine and you're in the clear. So how far is this problem running? How deep it is? Because Schefter says maybe other guys are going to get nailed. from this?
I do think that a part of this process, just kind of like from looking in from my perspective, is education, right? I know from my perspective, we go through the same testing and kind of policies that I think the NFL players do to an extent. And a lot of it's, you got to go online, do sort of a little class and say, hey, you don't gamble here, click this. And the reality is most of these players probably just do this and don't pay much attention. Like many of us, if we have a test or we have some type of survey to do online, or you got to do a driving school because
or an agent do boy is doing the test for you.
Exactly. So you're just clicking through. A lot of times you're not really paying attention to the realities of it, and so that is their fault. But also when it comes to this type of stuff, a lot of them I think just don't know. They don't know what they can and can't do. Like you're seeing some dudes, especially the dudes who get popped for gambling in their, the car of the parking lot of the facility or something like that on a non-NFL sport. Like clearly they're not trying to rig the game, but they just don't know. And so hopefully, and some guys are going to be sacrificial lambs this year because of it, but hopefully this big span of guys getting suspended is a wake-up call for everyone and sort of forces everyone to look at the rules and educate themselves on the policy, because the policy is what it is. Like, I could complain about it, the players complain about it, the coaches complain about it, but that's the NFL policy. And if you want to work for the NFL, this is the policy that you have to follow. Now, education is another part of it. I do think that'll help. And then eventually I do think that gambling will become more pervasive, that it'll become something, not maybe to a perspective where NFL players will be able to bet on their game, but maybe they'll relax some of the rules as far as other sports. But as for now, figure out what the rules are, figure out how to abide by them, and don't get yourself suspended. And a lot of that has to come through other people's hard lessons, other people getting suspended for you to see sometimes.
I was talking. I posted it on Twitter last night or this morning actually, and I talked about it today on the show. And I know we're all waiting to see the video. I know we're all waiting to kind of get all the information. But one of the things that you can do, not like Trump, where you open your mouth and you're constantly burying yourself, but you could do what Michael, you're a little young for it, but about 20 years ago, Michael Irvin was accused. You might have seen it in history, but he was accused they said he was with some whore and cocaine and all this kind of stuff. And he was like vehemently like denying it. Like, I'm innocent. I wasn't doing it. You guys are wrong, this, that. And that's it. He didn't give any details. He just said, I'm innocent, and he was proven right. And then he came back after the media and said, hey, do it with the same kind of energy, clear my name with the same kind of energy, and by the way, it's kind of happening to him again, where it looks like he's getting screwed, and, and he will be cleared again on this one eventually, I think. But my point is, the silence by Drew Rosenhaus on Channel 7 on Sunday night. Tyreek has It Had to Be Said podcast, and you could easily do that, or on Twitter say, hey, when all the evidence comes out, you'll see I am innocent. I did not do anything. That has not been said by the agent or the player at any point whatsoever. And to me, as we keep hearing about this, and I know we're still waiting for it to all come out, man, I'm not feeling good about this. I'm not feeling good about this. And because of the track record, I'm afraid he's going to get at least a game some point. I don't know if it'll happen early in the season or later on in the season or what, because I don't know legally when they're going to solve this. But God, I'm not feeling good about this situation, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd imagine you're not alone, as far as Dolphins fans. It's, the reality is it's an unnecessary distraction, unnecessary headache. A lot of times, I think I've told you before, this June and July period where the players are on break, the hope for all coaches is just nobody get in trouble. Everybody just do what you do, stay quiet. I don't want to see your name pop up, don't want to hear from you. And so, regardless of what exactly happened, I wasn't there. There's going to be police reports, videos that show exactly what happened. Clearly, there was something that happened. And Tyreek was not innocent completely. And so the reality is, they have to deal with the consequences now, Tyreek and his team. And clearly, they've chosen the route of we're going to try to let it blow by and deal with it as it goes. Clearly, they say, hey, they're not going to take the Michael Irvin route. They're going to say, hey, whatever happens, happens, and we'll deal with it from there. But for the Dolphins,
don't take the Trump route. Whatever you do, don't take the Trump route. That's all I'm saying. But go ahead.
So yeah, but for the overall team perspective, obviously, there's been some reports out there that the league has already started investigating. The league has already asked for interviews and statements and police reports. And so the reality is, regardless of whether he has any legal consequences, like there's a real possibility that happens in these cases where the cases are dropped, whether it becomes a civil issue or some type of settlement, or if it's just dropped altogether. A lot of times that's how these situations end up. Not saying that's how
that won't matter to the NFL.
But the NFL has shown in precedent that they don't need a person to be convicted of something for them to be potentially punished.
Yeah, and behavior is behavior. They don't care about the legal result because that may not address the behavior, in other words.
Right. And to me, that's probably the situation that Dolphins fans are concerned about. Now, I will say the league is typically taking their time on these situations. And so I'm not sure that this would be something that would affect him in this season, the 2023 season. But it is something that...
Unless there's a quick settlement.
Maybe, yes.
Unless they want to avoid because if I'm him, I do want to avoid a court case because then it's going to... Then this is a story that drags on for 2 years.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And you may want to just squash it, end it, put it away already, pay the guy off a hell of a lot more than 200, and then just move on. Let me tell you what really pisses me off about all of this. Tyreek was perfect up until this point. He handled everything beautifully since he got here, bro. The people, the media, kids, his store, the buzz, the energy on the field, the vibe, everything was perfect, dude. And you had a couple of wrinkles in the past. So you're trying to put them away. And that's, to me, the worst part about this incident. Because in the end, once we see the video, I don't even think it's going to be that bad. You know what I mean? But, okay, so you slap the guy in the back of the head. Okay, we can move on. But the problem is now they lump in everything else you did. And then it's like you haven't learned and you haven't grown up. And so now everybody now will treat you with caution instead of just pure embrace right from the get-go. And to me, that's the part that he's going to feel now. Now he's going to feel how the public, maybe even sponsors and people treat him a little differently than they did prior to this. And that's because this incident ends up kind of bringing up everything else. And to me, that's the frustrating part because, brother, he was handling things, I don't know, as perfect as you can possibly handle them, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think the reality is, like, one, I say this, like, none of us are perfect. Like, we all kind of make mistakes in realms. But obviously, as a pro athlete, as a public figure, like, you're held to a higher standard and there's more eyeballs on you. And so sometimes it's just a situation of, don't put yourself in situations that you can get yourself in trouble, right? Like the average person may have done what Tyreek did, and it may not be a big deal, but because it's Tyreek, it becomes a bigger deal. That's all fair and fine, and you could say, hey, it's not fair, but you're Tyreek Hill. That's what comes with being a NFL player. So it becomes with having that status and the money and everything that the situation requires, and so. I think you're right. You're right. Whether fair or unfair, there are going to be a lot of people who say, hey, this is the same old Tyreek, bring up old stuff. And, it'll hurt his image, at least in some avenue. And so that's part of the consequences of, getting yourself in any type of situation. So I hope it all gets cleared up and he can kind of move on and have the rest of his career. But it probably is a little bit more of a wake up call for him that, hey, it's not all fine and dandy. I gotta make sure I'm clean and keep my image clean. Especially, like I think I mentioned to you before, Tyreek obviously he's done a lot as a football player, but he's trying to create a brand of himself past football. He's doing a lot with the Soul Runner brand, which is his clothing line. He's doing a lot with the podcast, with this wide receiver sort of school that he's having for players and college and NFL players. he's trying to create a lane outside of football, and a lot of times some of that is more image based than football is. So I think it's very important for him to try to reestablish who he is as a person and what his image is, and obviously this doesn't help.
Yeah, no, man. It just it sucks, dude. It really sucks, and I'm not looking forward to the rest of this. Although you tell me that maybe this drags on legally, at least maybe it doesn't happen this season, and you can kind of put it off. But again, it will linger, and Mike McDaniel now is going to have to answer these questions, and Tua is going to have to answer these questions, and other teammates are, and it's just something you don't need, bro. With all the buzz with this team with I got to tell you, I've been covering this team for a long time and obviously following it since I was a kid. This is the best team since the early 90s. Okay? And this team might be better than those early 90s teams. They have to literally go out and prove it, but this is like the best team they've had since the early 90s.
Right.
And I don't want anything to derail it because this fan base hasn't had a lot of success lately, so it's like these fans deserve it, bro.
Yeah,
We're watching.
definitely a big period of optimism for Dolphins fans, and a lot of reason why. So I hope, my big thing when I cover sports, whether it's the Dolphins, whether it's any other team I cover in the NFL, I don't root for teams, but I root for people. I root for stories, and honestly, I root to cover things that are more positive than negative. Generally,
Sure.
That makes my job more enjoyable.
Yes.
I will do my job wherever it takes me, whether it takes me to a Cincinnati hospital where I'm talking about a guy who may or may not live after being on the football field for a week, or whether I'm talking about a dude throwing 5 touchdowns. But I don't enjoy particularly the negative, the legal issues. And so I'd prefer if it's all I talked about with the Dolphins was whether they achieved their lofty goals or whether Tua stayed healthy or all these different things, rather than Tyreek's smack of somebody by the head or slap or whatever it was. But the reality is you got to cover what is in front of you. And Tyreek's one of the biggest players in the league, and he's doing something that gets him in legal trouble. We've got to talk about it. And he's really forced our hand with that. And so hopefully this will be more of a one-time thing as far as the offseason. Because trust me, I would much rather spend my offseason hanging with my family than talking about the legal happenings that happen in the middle of June and July.
I always challenge fans on that because they think, oh, this is bad. This is great for your business. And I most of the time tell them, no, it sucks, bro. This part sucks because they don't want to talk about bad shit. And I don't want to talk about bad shit. This isn't fun, dude. Fun is walking into a locker room when guys are high-fiving each other and they're laughing and, bro, they will answer any of your questions. Walking in after a loss, that's not fun. I've done it. I've walked in after losing games, losing a playoff game, losing a championship, whatever. Bro, that ain't fun, dude. That's not fun.
That is true. But honestly, I don't mind covering. I would rather covering losing football than
no, I get it, but I'm just telling you the simple shit like losing is not fun. I'm just telling you, just the simple shit of losing is not fun. Can you imagine some guy beating his wife or some guy, caught doing something wrong, this, that, what a fight, whatever, and bro, none of that shit is fun, bro. None of that is. We don't. I won't say all because you and I know that we have a small percentage of media members that actually live for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be honest, okay? But I will tell you, 95% of us want to cover good shit. 95% of us want to walk in and talk about a victory and a good practice. We don't want to even talk about the guy that blew out his knee and what it means to the entire team. That they're one of their lead stars blew out. You have no idea how it deflates a locker room and how it just, you don't want to talk about those things. We have to sometimes, we have to do it and all that. I get that, but most of us don't look forward to that kind of shit. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's just not. All right, what do you got going on? You just chilling?
Yeah, man. I'm leaving Orlando. Did Universal and Disney this week with the wife, and so I'm heading back to Miami today, and I'll be around this weekend and working again. For
favorite new experience? that
What's
you've been
that?
a favorite new? You probably rode something new. You saw something new. You tasted something new.
Yeah.
Favorite new Cameron Wolf experience in the Disney area?
Universal was awesome. I had never done
Universal.
Universal before, and so riding the Velocicoaster. My wife's been trying to get me to say that right. Velocicoaster. Hagrid was pretty dope. That ride. The Hulk was pretty cool. Some of the other Harry Potter rides, like tried Butterbeer again for a couple times. That was pretty cool.
Did you enjoy
So yeah,
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man was cool. Yeah, it's
I
more
like
of a 3D, 4D ride, but that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. So yeah, I've done Disney a few times, so there's always cool new happenings with Disney. I did the Guardians ride for the first time. That was pretty cool.
Okay.
And so that's a new one for Disney. The other ones I've done before. But it's always good to be out here and be a kid a little bit. It's our 5th year anniversary on Saturday, so we kind of did a little turning back the clock for kiddom as far as on the theme park. So that's our happenings this week, and then I get back to work next week.
All right. So I had a question for you, but Cap for Life just erased it. He erased it on mine. Cap for Life, how come it got erased? Did you erase the question? All right. I thought he had a question for you. You still have it there? But if he erased it, because on yours it doesn't erase, but on mine it did. So if he erased it, I'm going to respect it and say that he didn't want to, he backed away and doesn't want to ask it. So we will leave it at that. Cam, as always, thank you, my brother. We will catch up next week. Drive safely home.
Absolutely.
And we'll catch up next week, my friend. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
All right, you too, man. Sounds good.
You got it. There you go. The Wolf Pack has been unleashed.
This has been the KSDT CPA Pro Football Report with NFL insider Cameron Wolf. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full-service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit them at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370.
There we go. Two at a time. Thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, time for the women's Money in the Bank. Oh, who wins? Zelina Vega. Well, she sounds a little too much like Susanna Vega, or maybe like Selena, and she's no longer with us. So I'm going to take her out. Then Bailey, Iro, Sky. Oh, it's Io Sky. Okay, so Bailey's by itself. Io Sky, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus. Boy, if I remember Trish Stratus, like she was fine. Is she still fine? Not a lot has changed, though. Okay, and Zoe Stark. All right, give me some backstory here.
Now, I'm going to talk wrestling backstory.
Because I was going to talk about Trish Stratus's backside.
This might not figure into any of yours, but I'm going to let you know. Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark have a team formed.
Okay.
Io Sky and Bailey have a team formed, but there's a little bit of tension between the two of them.
Okay.
Becky Lynch is on her own, and Zelina Vega is on her own in that match. That's all I'm going to go into. Becky kind of has a feud with everybody except Zelina.
Okay.
So just so you have an idea, I know your whole rundown is different than the wrestling thing, so you're probably going to be more accurate than what I would say.
Right.
But just so you understand what's going on the realm of the wrestling area.
Okay. Now, Becky is not really a name that we use. Sometimes when you call her a Becky, she's like so that's a slang term. Question: is she related to George Lynch from Dokken? Becky Lynch?
I don't
probably
think
not,
so.
right?
Probably not.
Okay, so we're gonna leave Becky out because she's not related to George Lynch. Zoe Stark, Zoe's a very cute name, I gotta say. Does she shoot like John Stark? I think it was Starks, wasn't it? Didn't he have an S? Zoe Stark, and then we got Io Sky. I am the eye in the sky, looking at you. I can. No, okay. So Io Sky, that's like an Alan Parsons project. Zelina Vega, we already talked about that. Can't go with Zelina Vega. Fine does fine. And in this match, I'm going to go with Fine, and I'm going to go with Trish Stratus. I'm going to go with the classic. And she's the only one I really know out of all of it. And, of course, admire the curves. Dangerous curves ahead. So I'm going to ride the Trish Stratus train to win the women's Money in the Bank. What do you think about that? Not a terrible pick, huh? Wow. There you go. How about that? The only wrestler that I remember on top of Trish Stratus that I liked even more was Stacy Keibler, and she's making her comeback now, right?
No, she came into the Hall of Fame, and then she had.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, she was in the Hall
even
of Fame.
My wife said she had a great
ass. The legs up to the ass. Yes.
Yeah, my wife even said, "Wow, she's got a great ass." Okay. When the wife says it, like, that's it. That's the stamp of approval. Like, okay, what else you got? What else you got? You know what I'm saying? So if Stacy Keibler was there, I still wouldn't pick her because I don't know. I didn't look
much with the wrestling.
Yeah, I didn't look at much of her for the wrestling. But Trish Stratus, okay, she's going to wrestle it all the way to the top there. All right, there's my pick.
You got Damian Priest and Trish Stratus as your winners for the Money in the Bank matches. Okay.
All right.
Not bad.
Okay. I can, although I haven't been good lately, so I gotta get back in there. Alexis, of course, your stuff. Big O's wrestling knowledge is impeccable. He knows impeccable when he sees it. Big O is the swag on point, loving the hat, seeing Indiana Jones today. Thoughts going to be good or lays an egg? Man, he's like 80 years old. How can it be still good? And my problem is the last one was so terrible that I have no hope for this one now. Because the last one was so bad, dude. It was really, I nearly walked out of it. I was so close to walking out of it. And I stayed there because of the family. And then after, I just bitched and complained, and I hated that. I thought the last one was terrible. And I enjoy all the Indiana Jones. I can watch them over and over again. The last one, I that was the only time I watched it. The one time I watched it in the movies, I have never watched it again, and I never will. It was so bad. So that's my problem with the new Indiana Jones. I hope it's good for your sake because you're paying for it. But I'm going to wait till it's actually, on a platform or something, and then I'll give it a chance. Don't know if you saw his men's pick, Frankie. He's going with Damian Priest. Sean, none of this matters for Big O. Big O just goes with your wrestling knowledge. Exactly, bro. That's it. It's all about my wrestling knowledge. Am I giving another gift away? Well, I haven't come up with anything yet. You guys got to, like I said, I'll bring gifts to Hialeah Park if you guys start showing up every Thursday. 3:00. I'm serious. We have there's like 10 tables and chairs with a bar next to it, TVs. Ask True Fin Fan. He'll tell you. And then you've got all the whole second floor full of poker tables if you want to do that. And you can watch the show right there. Well, he'll bring the wireless mic. So if you guys want to ask a question, we don't even have questions on this show like live. We don't take phone calls. That's dead. But if you go, we'll open up the mic for you guys. And I promise you, I'll bring prizes. But you guys have to show up. We need to make it a thing. There's food and there's lovely ladies serving you drinks and food. That alone is worth the trip, I'm telling you. So check it out. Bro, the new Transformers soundtrack is epic, bro. It will take you back to 94. Is the movie any good? Puerto Rican sweep. Vega Priest sweep. Sean and Frankie. All right. Give away that hat. Oh, I did give it away already. Oh, no, this one? No, this is mine. This is mine. So, hope you sent me that address. I think maybe I'll go to Caneswear. You did send me the address. Good. Maybe I'll go to Caneswear. right after this because I'm close. I'm not too far from Canesware. That might be a good thing to do. Maybe I'll get that. If they have the hat now, I'll get it. Ooh, it started raining. Way to go. I thought it was supposed to be a little later this afternoon, man. I tell you, weather people can't. I'd rather predict sports than weather any day of the week. What's that? Yeah, it has. It has. But the good thing is now it cools down a little bit for us. A little less humidity for now. Once it stops, then boy, it gets really sticky. But we won't
about
be
15 minutes. It'll be.
Yeah, but we won't be on the air by then. So that's by the time that stops and all that, then it gets ugly. We won't be on the air. By the way, just to kind of give you a little history in music today. Before I got a funny sports story I got to tell you because this guy doesn't stop, and what an idiot this moron is. But anyway, on today's date, on June 30th in 1975, Cher married Greg Allman. They would separate 9 days later. Boy, that's a strong relationship. In 2000, Pearl Jam performed at a festival in Denmark. 9 people died after the crowd rushed the stage. Although the band stopped the show and asked people to back up, it was too late. The groups reference the incident in their song Love Boat Captain with the line, "Lost 9 friends, we'll never know." In 1973, George Harrison knocked Paul McCartney from the top of the singles charts with his song Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth. It overtook Wings' My Love Does It Good. In 1986, on this date, Steve Winwood released Back in the High Life again. It's a good song. Good song. Let's see. I love Roll With It. He got on a roll, man. And let me tell you, Arc of a Diver. God, that is probably my favorite. What's it called? Steve Winwood song, Arc of a Diver, and When You See a Chance. Steve Winwood is so good, man. So talented. In 2004, the Kinks founding member Dave Davies was left paralyzed on the right side of his body after the guitar suffered a stroke. In 2007, REM played the first of 5 nights in Dublin during what they called working rehearsals. Many of the songs they played later appeared on their album, Accelerate. God, I miss REM. I miss REM badly. Badly. So, okay, what were you going to say before I take you to task?
All right, I want to ask you.
I'm going to take him to task.
Oh, boy, here we go.
I'm going to take him to task. I'm going to tell him, I told you so.
I'm telling you right now, I've got 2 tickets available.
To Paradise?
Nope. To Inter Miami, Cruz Azul, Section 113, Row 2. What you giving me?
What section?
Section 113,
Lower
Row
level.
2.
Row 2. Oh, dude, those are $1,000 each.
$20,838 a piece. They're going to make everything they've made up to this point in one game.
Is that my greatest prediction ever that you've been around me?
Amazing.
Is that my greatest prediction?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
That I told everybody that he was coming, and I told everybody buy season tickets so you can make some money. Why didn't you listen to me? I mean, I don't have the money. But those of you that had the money, why didn't you go buy? I would have loved to have heard the stories from you guys. Like, oh, I listened to you. I went and bought the season tickets. Now I'm making a boatload of money. Not one person has said that because nobody did it. Sucks. Sun's gone. So, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, you think it's not going to be big, huh? Did you hear about this?
No, go ahead.
No, you didn't hear about it, huh? Well, you know. The Italian government has called and offered them something called the Colosseum. Are they offering anybody in the UFC the Colosseum? Are they offering anybody in wrestling the Colosseum? Are they offering Jake Paul the Colosseum? I told you, but did I not tell you? We are the minority. Okay, us sports holes, as Neil used to call us, okay, we're the minority. We walk around thinking that the average person knows the things that we know about sports and that they watched the same game last night, and that they saw the complete game, and that they saw this guy score 1,000 yards, and it's the farthest thing from the truth. Most of the country doesn't give a shit about sports. The average person knows more about what happened on the Today Show or Good Morning America than they do what happened in any NFL, Major League Baseball, or NBA game. So we talk about fighting, and then Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg want to put together a fight, and some people, I'll never watch that. That's right, but we're the minority. We don't care. But all these people in the financial world and things like that they don't follow sports and they don't care, they're going to be interested in this crap. And they're the ones that are going to buy. And guess what? That audience is way bigger than our audience. Because Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk translate, or what's not translate, they transcend anything and everything in life because they are household names. And that's the difference. So here's already the Italian government saying that they would offer. Now, they don't know where they would fight in the Coliseum because inside it's all kind of, exposed, the bottom and everything, because they show you how they used to bring up the animals and all that kind of stuff from different spots on the floor and all that. So, but most of the time they've held events has been outside. Paul McCartney had a concert there. That's Paul McCartney. Bigger than anything in wrestling, in MMA, in UFC, and of course the what's the name of the kid again? The blonde kid, Jake Paul, and anything Paul, because that's Paul McCartney. That's a Beatle. That's different. So because a Beatle transcends more, and this is why this sorry ass fight between these two guys, crap that you and I on average are not going to watch, we're not going to pay for, but the average person is going to be way more interested in this than in anything that you and I watch. So when I saw that, it was like the Ministry of Culture's office issued a statement saying there's been no formal contact from the ministry nor written documents. Even if the news appears tasty, it is unfounded. The ministry first reached out to Zuckerberg, then the request was forwarded to Dana White, and then there was a follow-up and a call was set up for next week, the ministry added. If Zuckerberg and Musk wanted to perform in the Coliseum, they would have to make a non-violent challenge. Our sources are scoffing at this, saying the ministry reached out because of the fight challenge. So, again, we'll see if it's true. We'll see if they're willing to do it. But there can't be a non-violent thing because it's all about violence. So
that isn't going to be violent. You got a 50, what is he, 52 now?
It could be violent.
Is Musk 52 or is it 62?
Yeah.
What is he, 52?
Yeah, but it could be, he could end up with a heart attack. So it could be violent. By the way, it's the Coliseum.
I almost feel like this is the
Coliseum. It's
this
the
is
most
the
violent.
Poker Doom match. It's what I feel like this is.
It's the most violent place in the world. The Coliseum.
Get the lions and everything ready when they put them out there and then raise the lions. I would pay to watch that.
A lot of people would pay. See, that's when the sports people get Lions eating Zuckerberg and Elon. We're in. We're in. I'm paying. What do I got to pay?
I wouldn't pay to watch an MMA fight. I mean, how many times have they had Shamrock when he's 60 years old fighting some young guy or any of these guys? And now you're gonna
look at Roy Jones Jr. now.
Yeah.
That dude is.
But at least they're saying they're exhibitions now. At least
okay,
it's not a boxing. It's exhibition.
I don't know if you want to fight that guy. That guy's a rock, dude. At that, I don't think Roy Jones can hurt him at this point. Did you see that guy? I forgot his name now because it's not in my preparation, but I know the story. I read up on it. I don't know the individual, but I saw the video and him talking and all. That's not a dude I want to mess with, bro. Even if you're Roy Jones Jr. But you're in your 50s now at this point, man. ADO, right? Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, fighting NDO champion. What's his name? Oh, that's it? NDO?
He's 250 pounds.
No, and he's 250 rock solid pounds. Like he is a house, bro. No, I wouldn't. That I'm not messing with that guy. I'm not messing with that guy. Let's see. I wish you didn't have to type this person's name. YouTube should just let you click on the comment and comment on it. I don't know what that means. To a time. Oh, I see.
When you answer back to the specific person,
right?
you
I
got to
got
put
you.
the yeah.
Okay. All right, I got it. Oh, if I go to Hialeah Park on Thursday, will they have Dairy Queen hot dogs and pickle juice lemonade? Only pickle juice lemonade. No Dairy Queen hot dogs. I banned them. Oh, and zebra cakes. Zebra cakes will be there. We'll bring some zebra cakes. Yes. Nerd fight is going to be huge. Oh, man. Is the Coliseum able to hold a crowd, though? That's why they've held anything that's been outside of it, not in there. And plus, I think it was 400 people that attended that Paul McCartney concert at the Coliseum. Each person paid $1,500 for the concert. So, made a pretty penny for it. They covered costs, probably. Let me give you a story that I think I find absolutely hilarious. It is funny. It is ridiculous. It's pathetic. This guy is just a loser. And I have very little respect for this guy, and too many people give him breaks. It's Colin Kaepernick. This is a story that comes out every year. Nearly 7 years since Colin Kaepernick last played in the league after he went unsigned following the 2016 season. Right, so Colin Kaepernick now wants to make a comeback. You know, he wants to tell people that he is, still, working out and still ready, and he's ready to go and ready to play, and he's practicing every day and all that. And he had that private workout, and he fooled people like my man Omar Kelly and that kind of stuff. So Kaepernick says, he talks about, okay, wait a minute. Now I need this thing to refresh. I hate when this does this, because the stupid ads that come with it. And then you try to refresh the damn thing, and then it freezes up on you and all this crap. So here we go. So Colin Kaepernick says, I'm going to keep pushing, he told SI. I'm going to keep fighting for it because I know I can step on the field and play every workout, every opportunity. I've had to show that. The feedback has always been positive. Everything from he's still an elite player to the workout was great. It was better than I expected. When I had my workout with the Raiders last year, even training with guys, there's a decent amount of people who may have forgotten what I was capable of doing on the field. So any chance to be able to remind people of what I can do out there, I look forward to and embrace. And I look forward to the day that I can step on the field and show people what I can do. Buddy, you ain't ever going to step on any field, you clown, because you're a quitter, bro. You're the weakest form of any athlete I have ever seen in my life. They told Warren Moon he wasn't good enough for the league either. They told Joe Theismann he wasn't good enough for the league either. They told Cam Wake he wasn't good enough for the league either. They told Jeff Garcia he wasn't good enough for the league either. They went to the CFL to stick it to the NFL. And then the NFL had to bring them back. And you easily could have done that. That was your easiest way to stick it to the owners. Because the people that would believe in you, they would then see right away, if you would have gone to the CFL right away and balled out, half the team would have gone to get you. And you would have owned the league at that point. And you would have stuck it in their faces because you would have proved that you can play, and now they're forced to sign you. Because there aren't 32 good ones in the world. Not in the NFL, in the world. So many people have been told you're not good enough. But those people didn't quit like you, buddy. And so you hide behind this facade, to stand up for the rights of the minority, getting the short end of the stick, which we know it happens. But my man, you're a coward. You quit. You didn't fight for your dream. You didn't care. And lots of people fight for their dreams. Joan Jett was told, no, we're not signing you. We don't like your music. She went and started Blackheart Records. All of a sudden, I Love Rock and Roll is played on every damn station. And guess what? All the record companies wanted them back. Well, oh, yeah, no, we'll sign you now. Yeah, we're interested. She forced their hand. Lots of people have done that in life, dude. Lots of people have been told you can't continue to live your dream. And then people have been told, screw you. I'm Bernard King. I don't care if you can't come back from knee injuries in these days. I'm going to come back from this one. And he did. Michael Chang was absolutely cramped up in a French Open. And he found a way to beat a stronger Ivan Lendl. One of the most courageous performances ever. I've seen people who have been down. I've seen people who have been kicked. I've seen people who have been kicked out. And I've seen them force their way back in. Because when you believe in yourself, you are willing to take chances. So when somebody says you're not good enough, it's up to you to then prove to them that you're good enough. Perdomo Cigars is one of our sponsors. That guy started in the garage of his home, dude. He built an empire from his freaking garage. So while others are telling him, you can't be in the cigar business, you can't figure this out, you can't get it done, you don't have the money, you don't have the willpower, you don't have the payroll, you don't have the money, you don't have all the influence, you don't have farms in Nicaragua. Well, he found a way to get all of that, starting from the garage, because he would not be denied. That's Nick Perdomo for you. That's an ass kicker. Okay? Lots of people have to fight for their dreams, dude. Lots of people have to fight for their dreams. The ones that give up, well, then guess what? I guess you really didn't have it. Because at the first sign of adversity, you gave up, dude. You gave in. So the people that blackballed you, or so-called blackballed you, or whatever, you gave in to those people. So when Michael Jordan got cut from his junior varsity team, should he just give up at that point? Because he ended up becoming the greatest player of all time. You know, it's just, this Colin Kaepernick story comes out every year. And every year, all you're doing is showing an example of a pure failure. Brother, this guy tried to start a movement, and he wasn't in front center of the movement. We know minorities all over the world get the short end of the stick. We know that. A lot of us know the things that we have in our society are how defective we are at times. I get it. But if you're going to go protest, well, then where are you, bro? Because he wasn't front and center of any of these protests. His face, it was a poster child. Zero respect for that guy, dude. That guy is as phony as a $3 bill. You know why? Because he made his money from Nike, and that's it. And he was happy with that. And he's happy being a poster child and, you know, comes out every year. Yeah, I'm in my delusional workout because somebody's going to give me a shot. Nobody's going to give you a shot, fool. You've been out of football now for 7 years. Nobody's ever going to give you a shot. And you're done. You had your shot. Now you can't even go to the CFL at this point because you have no future. You're old now. You're done. And why? Because you're a quitter, dude. Colin Kaepernick is nothing but a quitter, is what he is. Same stupid story comes out every offseason. This freaking idiot will be 50 years old and say, oh, I want a chance. I want to play. Coward. Get lost. Yes, sir.
Looks like there's going to be another group of sanctions coming out by the NFL on players gambling.
Well, Schefter said that there was
Titans
more coming.
Offensive tackle Nicholas Petit-Freier's getting 6 games.
Right, we heard about that one.
He betted inside the facility. So, again, but he also said what...
But that was yesterday, the day before that one came out.
Well, he apologized to his family. They just sent it out today.
Okay. Oh, so
he sent up...
It was a report, and now it's official by the league.
Now it's official, yeah. So
right,
he said, even after attending a league presentation, I was unaware about the specifics around placing bets from a team facility.
Yeah.
And then they went in to say that what the NFL is doing on some of them is there's tech embedded within FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and it uses cell phone towers and Wi-Fi connections to determine a bettor's location.
Right.
So that's how they're able to figure out where the bet was placed.
And guess where that came from? From their sponsored agreement. Part of the sponsored agreement with DraftKings and FanDuel. Okay, part of this is also you need to tell us about any dings that are happening inside an NFL facility. And here are all our NFL facilities, stadiums and practice facilities. We need to make sure there are no dings so we don't have any NFL people, because it could be an executive, a player, or not an agent, a front office executive or a coach or whatever. So any of these people can be busted for all of that. So that's probably in their contract. So that's legal. That's in there. It's a binding type of thing, I bet, between the league and them. Anyway, one day people will say that he was the best ever, but he never got a chance. Yeah, I know. I hear that stupid shit and all that. And hey, he had some moments. He had a performance against the Dolphins that was for the ages, bro. He almost beat the Dolphins all by himself. He had moments, bro. He played well. He had a chance to build on it. You know what I mean? But he never gave himself that chance to build on it because he quit. He quit. So, hey, lots of people have been booted out of radio. Yours truly, right? I mean, trying to boot me out again? Anyway, so yours truly, right? And most of them didn't come back, right? I found a way to come back without radio. I'm not going to be denied. That's all. I have the will that most people don't. I have the drive that most people don't. So once they get booted out of radio, they're done. They can't find a way around it. I did with no problem. Well, I work hard at it, but, I was able to get it done. Brother, you don't allow people to dictate your life. You do what you want to do, and if you believe in yourself, then that's all you need. You need to believe in yourself first, and if you have that belief, then you go out there with that belief and you power through, and you find a way to get it done. I don't care what you want to be. I don't care if you want to be a teacher. I don't care if you want to be a car salesman. I don't care if you want to be an actor, an entertainer, a broadcaster, whatever it is, or an athlete. There's a lot of guys in the XFL that are trying to continue their dream to get to the NFL. And several of them got NFL, training camp invites now. And some of them will make an NFL team because they didn't give up like Kaepernick. What's the name of that guy from the God, I was about to say the Commanders, the quarterback, the quarterback, bro. He was in the USFL or the XFL or whatever. Damn it, bro. He was a free agent and everything. But anyway, that dude, he didn't give up on his career. And he actually had some success this year. He actually played all right. He played all right that you can look at him as maybe, this guy could be a backup in the NFL. Not Alex Smith, dude. Oh, Alex Smith could have given up too after that terrible injury, by the way. Actually, it's not the quarterback I'm talking about. No, it's not Sam. Sam Howell is the young that they drafted. Yeah, he's a free agent. Well, I don't know if somebody signed him. Somebody help me. Come on, man. One of you has to know the quarterback from last year. He won like 9 games or 8 games for them or whatever. Taylor Heinicke. Taylor Heinicke. Taylor Heinicke could have given up on his career, and he didn't. That's it. Now I'm going to make the NFL. Why am I going to go to the XFL? He went to the XFL, opened up the door for him to go to the NFL, and look, he had a decent season last year where people could look at him and say, Taylor Heinicke could be a backup quarterback. Good for him, dude. For Kaepernick, you're a coward, bro. You're a coward. You gave up. You want the lazy Gen Z millennial way out. Colin Kaepernick should move to Cuba to promote a football league. What's wrong with the logo? You want the helmet on the dolphin is the only difference. Yeah, we want this back. Cap supported Castro. Yeah, I know. You're talking about, we're talking about blacks not getting the same opportunities as others, and we can agree with you, Kaepernick. And then you're wearing a Fidel Castro shirt. It's like, dude, just get out of my face. Once he wore that shirt, he also lost me on that. You know what I mean? It's like, brother, people are oppressed all over this world. Like, we have to feel bad for North Koreans and Cubans and Russians and Chinese and blacks and gays and women and, all kinds of different, people are oppressed at times and not given fair shots and all that kind of stuff. And then you're going to go wear a Fidel shirt. No, because it also had Malcolm X. Yeah, dude, I don't care. It's fine if you want to wear that, but it has Fidel on it. It's like, what a stupid mother effer you are. Like, it's, and I don't know if anybody ever really asked him that, like point blank. Like if I had him in front of me, I'd say like, hey, Colin, what's wrong with you, dude? Why would you wear a Fidel Castro shirt? What kind of stupid shit is that? And then I'd love to hear his dumbass excuse. Because I would just say, no, Colin, I'm sorry, my brother. The bottom line is you had no idea who Fidel was. You're not even educated enough to know who that face was. You didn't know that was one of the most disgusting tyrants, maybe number 3 behind Hitler, Putin, and maybe Fidel's third. But one of the most disgusting individuals to walk the face of the earth, and he's on your shirt. Your ignorance alone just wants me to, I just want to kick your ass for your ignorance, to be quite frankly. Seriously, I'm not joking at all. Like, I want to beat the crap out of you for wearing the Fidel Castro shirt. Like, you're going to tell me about people being oppressed, and then you're going to wear a shirt with Fidel on it. Man, I want to beat the shit out of you. I can't, unfortunately. But if I could, and I had the chance, and I wouldn't get in trouble, I'd beat the living crap out of him. And then I'd recite the history of Fidel while he's lying there. Seriously, I am not joking at all with that guy. Like, you can't talk about people being oppressed and then you're wearing a Fidel shirt. Like, and you're just one stupid mofo. And then again, here you are every offseason working out, thinking that the NFL is going to give you a shot. Man, you are stupid. He's not a very smart individual. You can tell by the way he's carried himself, but he got a free ride from Nike. And a bunch of you got suckered by him. But that's all right. Go ahead and use him as the face of something. Maybe, you know what? Maybe he should be the face for cowards all over the world. Because nobody quits like Kaepernick. The top quitter out there. Colin Kaepernick. Not Capper. It should be Quitter. Anyway. So, yeah. You didn't have a dream of being like on ESPN and having a show? No, not really. Not really. I did want to do maybe some insider stuff, and I started doing a lot of that early on. And I was breaking a bunch of stories in QAM for a stretch. And then I realized I don't want to do this. I won't have no life. And I like having a life. So I said no to that. So I was happy with just doing, radio, local radio. You know what I mean? That's it. That kind of stuff. And then break local stories like that. Now I only break them if I run into them. I'm not really chasing anything. I don't chase anything. Usually when I get a story, it just comes to me. And that's usually because I'm not really working the angle anymore. But yeah, no, I never really had that kind of once I went to San Francisco and did the nationally syndicated stuff, I then kind of realized that I really love South Florida and I love my local teams, and I kind of want to do that, and I think it needs it, by the way. I don't think we have enough of it here in South Florida. And especially for our platform, I don't think there's anything like this on radio, anywhere near. No one on QAM is going to talk about the Tyreek Hill situation like we will. They'll talk about it in passing, half-ass, because of course they've got the relationship. Some of them even work with the team, so they're gonna stay away from it. They'll dance a little bit around it and mention it, but they're not really gonna go deep into it. So, and they're not gonna break any stories. There's no insiders there or nothing, So it's we I think South Florida fans all over the world need a platform like this, and that's why I'm doing this, and that's why Sean and myself are putting this together every single day, Remember the Marlins manager said Fidel Castro. Yeah, remember what's that moron's name that he lasted like 90 days?
Oh God.
What's his name? The guy from the White Sox? Guillen, Ozzie Guillen.
Ozzie Guillen.
Yeah, another moron.
Susie Colbert let go.
Yeah, that was the word. Susie was gonna be let go. Susie's had a hell of a career, dude. Hell of a career, man. 38 years. Yeah. I don't know if she'll get another job. You know what I mean? Unless she wants to do some local sports somewhere, but you almost feel like after you're doing all that big time stuff for so long, she's made enough money. I'm sure she can retire comfortably. So I'm sure she's fine. If I recall correctly, Armando Salguero did ask him that question. They played the dog. Oh, he did. He asked him that question. What did he answer? Or was there a follow-up or anything? Awesome description of Colin Kaepernick. I mean, it's the truth. That's all. Too many people dance around the truth with this guy. That he's a coward. He's a phony, bro. There's no... when you're front and center, you're Malcolm X, or you're Martin Luther King, or you're Jane Fonda, or you're... I'm trying to think of what's that young girl that gets arrested all the time, and she's a big time activist for nature, and she's got I don't know, bro, like 1 million followers or whatever. But like when you believe in something and you're fighting for a cause, you're front and center in all those rallies, right? So if you're going to do something about it, you're going to be front and center, right? The young man Hogg and some of his students over at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas for gun control and all, they were front and center for all of that in Washington. Right? Where was Colin Kaepernick with all those protests? Was he front and center? Was he at front? Okay, so we all know that it happens, unfortunately, right? Black community sometimes with the police officers. We've had incidents and all that. So why weren't there protests in front of police stations? And why wasn't Colin Kaepernick front and center for all that? Like everybody else does. Man, what's it called? Jane Fonda believes in, anti-nuclear stuff or whatever, and she'll get arrested. right there in front, and she'll handcuff herself to the fence and all that, like a lot of other people will do, front and center. No, it's not Alyssa Milano. You guys are a trip. I forgot her name, but she slammed an athlete a couple months ago. I forgot which athlete it was, but she embarrassed an athlete the other day. I forgot who it was, but anyway. But I'm just saying, anybody that is fighting for any kind of cause, you're front and center. Here's something stupid. We all, when we were losing the Fusion, about 200 of us gathered in front of the stadium and protest and all that to try to save the Fusion, to try to see if the league would allow Ken Horowitz to sell the team instead of it caving in. I was there. Part of the protest because I wanted to save the Fusion. So I want to do I love South Florida sports, right? I told you, didn't I? And part of loving South Florida sports is going there with the fans and people that care about a team to try to save them, right? Front and center. Something stupid. It's not really anything serious like other things that we've talked about, but that's what real activists do. Okay? The ones that we know in history, they're front and center. They take the hit. They are the ones that are getting arrested. They're the ones lying in front of a tank. Okay? That's what they do. And that guy was never anywhere to be found. Everybody else was fighting his fight by, by kneeling, by sitting down, by staying in the locker room. Where was he with all of that? Did when there was an incident in some city with a police department and a minority, was he there protesting? No. George Floyd, right? Where was he? Why wasn't he front and center there? Coward, bro. Coward. The biggest coward I've ever seen in my life, dude, is Colin Kaepernick. The biggest phony I've ever seen in my life is Colin Kaepernick. A guy that's never had anything to do with his own cause except collect money from Nike. Outside of that, I've never seen any kind of anything from the guy. He never even fought for his own career. That's the kind of level of coward he is. He didn't even fight for his career. He didn't even try, dude. Jessica Chastain, that's it. Hey, Susan Sarandon also does it. You are correct. There you go. Jessica Chastain. Miko Grimes got arrested. Yeah, that was her. She fights for her own rights. But hey, at least I'll give Miko credit. She'll fight. She's got a hell of a lot more fight than Colin Kaepernick ever would. That's for damn sure. She's got more fight in her pinky than Colin Kaepernick ever would. Put it that way. At least I'll give her credit. She stands by whatever she believes. You may disagree with it, whatever. But at least she's going to fight for what she believes in. Hey, man. I'll give at least credit to somebody that's willing to defend themselves, not a coward who's a hermit crab. I'm sorry, but I checked out dolphin logos, and the one you like that has the dolphin that's fat and out of shape, the dolphin logo today looks like a real porpoise. I'm taking this one, and it's over, bro. This is the logo. That's all. That's all, folks. Give me this logo, and it's over. I don't want the whale. You can have the whale. So, Big O, I can get us some discount tickets for a little nuclear sub ride if you're interested. Oh, I'm ready to go, King Short. Let's go. Yeah, baby. 6'1", 270, I think I am now. Squeeze my fat ass into that sub. And then I've got I got to use like a Ziploc as a bathroom. No, I feel bad. No. I could never do that. And I'm paying $250,000 to do that also? I got to tell you, bro. I have so many better uses for $250,000. Jesus, I can use just a small fraction of it and go Hawaii for a week. Then go to Paris. Then go to London. Then go to Madeira. Got to go to Madeira Island. That's a bucket list for me. Yes, sir.
Steve Young out at ESPN.
Wow. Okay. Steve Young's a nice guy. I wasn't necessarily, oh my God, let me see what Steve Young has got to say, so whatever. Again, ESPN doesn't really do that much for me anymore. There's very few things I enjoy about ESPN anymore, to be quite honest. So it's just I try to get the news and get the hell out. Well, and then when they're doing a lot of their fluff pieces, I'm tuning out. You know what I mean? I forward. I don't watch ESPN live. I watch it all recorded. So then if I don't want to watch something, I just forward. I go through the hour of ESPN, I shit you not, in 15 minutes. Because there might be about 15 minutes of material that I care about on ESPN in an hour. And then I'm gone. Yeah.
So they're doing this right now, the layoffs, right? And then they're going to do some kind of exercise after this that can take as long as 12 months, which what I think they're doing is, for instance, Vince Carter's contract is up in September. He's not going to get offered a new deal.
Right.
So over the next 12 months, expiring contracts, they just won't renew.
Right.
On top of. So the layoffs today, plus I believe anybody being renewed in the next 12 months will probably not be getting that renewal.
Yeah. Yeah. Some guy goes, oh, ESPN makes money. No, dude, they don't make as much as you think. And if they're laying off all these people, there's a reason, bro. Now they're going to go back to having repeat programming. They're not going to be completely live. They'll have, and that's what they'll have to do because you don't have enough people to fill.
They're going to bank on the live sports pretty much.
Yeah.
So your college football.
Right.
And everything else. That's where they'll make their money. And then.
Right. And they'll take less chances on lesser sports and expenses like that. And you're not going to, the Frisbee crap and all that other stuff. Some of that you may not see some of that stuff because if it's a loss leader, in other words, they're doing it to fill programming, but they're losing money on it, then they're going to eliminate all those kind of things. So if it's not making a profit, it will not be on the air. And that's what's going to end up happening. So George Albanese is checking in and he likes the cap. Of course you do, George. You have good taste. What are my thoughts on Nickelback? I'm good with Nickelback, bro. I don't hate them like other people do. I'm fine with Nickelback. I'm not telling you they're great. Oh, my God, I've got to see them 800 times. I've seen them once in concert. I'm good. And they're solid. They got some songs, bro. I got no problem with Nickelback. I don't know. I don't really understand the real hate for Nickelback. They're not that bad, bro. They're all right. Are you going to the Dolphins-Chiefs game in Germany, Big O? Probably not, sir. Probably not. I can't afford to go there. Okay? Unless we get some kind of sponsors that want to send us there to cover it and all that, then yeah, maybe we can go. But outside of that, I don't think so. We just need a guy like Boomer on ESPN. We got 24 packs of Michelob Ultra for $18.99. Oh, man. All right, we are out of here. We thank Manny Navarro and Cameron Wolf. As always, we thank all of you for calling in, tuning in. You guys are awesome. We shall see you on Monday, same time. Oh, wait a minute. Over the weekend, a Dolphin piece will drop. Okay? It will be created probably tomorrow morning, and I don't know when he'll post it because I'll send it to him, and then he'll dress it up and post it like he does. But I'm going to a little some for you guys over the weekend on the Dolphins. So make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you subscribe so you know when we're coming on and all that kind of stuff. When he and Frankie do a wrestling show, I promise you I am going to bring back the crypto show. But I am dropping a Dolphin angle that no one has even not even thought about it. and you shouldn't. I am just thinking 8 steps ahead in chess. And it's just something that I want to make people, hardcore fans, think about, because it might be something that comes to fruition down the line, So I'll leave you with that nugget. I'll plant that seed, and it will grow this weekend like anything that, of course, my boys at Cutter's Edge do. That when they plant, it grows, baby, and it grows beautiful. Cutter's Edge Pro, make sure you call them if you live here in South Florida. They will take care of you. They will dress that home of yours up, that office place of yours up. Cutter's Edge Pro, call them up. Anyway, on behalf of the man, the myth, the legend, that is Sean Stanley, who masters this platform every single day, we thank Larry Schlossberg and Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone, all the great people out here. It's the end of the month. They're willing to make you some great deals. So come on down here today. Take advantage, because they want to close out the month strong. This is the number one volume sales dealership in the Southeast. No, I'm sorry, in the United States. I'm so used to saying Southeast because for many years they were number one in the Southeast. Now they became number one in the country. So they are the number one volume sales dealership. Come on down here and experience it. Great service center. Mike Chan, Jordan Ferber do an awesome job. We've had several Acuras in our family. We believe in the product. You can too. Come on down here to 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. We shall see you on Monday. Same time, same place, same bat channel.